Given above is the schematic map of the metro lines in a city, which with rectangles denoting terminal stations, diamonds denoting junction stations, and small filled up circles denoting other stations. Look at the diagram. Terminal, junction, and other stations. Each train runs either in the east-west or the north-south direction, but not both. Nice, they don't do this. All trains stop for 2 minutes at each of the junction stations on the way and 1 minute at each of the other stations. It takes 2 minutes to reach the next station for trains going in east-west direction and 3 minutes for north-south direction. So here in this direction, it is 3 minutes between stations. In this direction, it is 2 minutes between stations. 1 minute stop at normal stations, 2 minutes at junction stations. From each terminal station, the first train starts at 6 a.m. The last trains leave the terminal stations at midnight. Nice. Otherwise, during the service hour, there are metro service every 15 minutes in the north-south line, every 10 minutes in the east-west lines. North-south is every 15. East-west is every 10. So there will be a train starting at 6, at 6:10, at 6:20, at 6:30 from here and here, and at 6, 6:15, 6:30, 6:45 and so on here in this axis, both directions. A train must rest for at least 15 minutes after completing a trip. It's tired. Before it can undertake the next trip in the reverse direction. So come from P to Q, I think, and then go back from Q to P. All questions are related to this metro service only. Assume that if someone reaches a station exactly at the time of a train is supposed to leave, he or she can catch a train. The train is leaving at 10:58. I run in, I can get it. Somebody will pull me in rather climactically, wonderfully. And so, nice. Right. All trains stop for 2 minutes at the end of the junction stations on the way and for 1 minute at each of the other stations. So 2 minutes at junction, 1 minute at others. Just capturing the data. And 2 minutes between stations, train every 10 minutes. 3 minutes between stations, train every 15 minutes. This is the east-west equation, the north-south equation. Right. So just grab the data on, we can't really solve anything and simplify and get a grid and answer. We have to jump through to the questions. First train starts at 6, last train's at midnight. If Hari is ready to board a train at 8:05 a.m. from station M, then when is the earliest he can reach station N? M to N. From M to N. 8:05 he is ready to board here at station M. What is the earliest he can reach station N? Right. Nice. So he'll take the straight train here. Right. All we've got to do is, he can't catch it at 8:05. He'll probably grab it only at 8:10. That's when the first train. First train leaves at 8. Second train will leave at 8:10. Because train every 10 minutes in the east-west axis. 2 minutes between stations. I'm going to calculate this. So there are 3 stations here. Say 3 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. 3 plus 9, 12 plus 5, 17. Plus 2, 19 stations. So 20 gaps from first to end. 20 into 2, 40 minutes. It's just a travel time. Nice. Now we need to think about waiting time. How much time does it take to wait? 3 plus 9 plus 5. This is 12 plus 5, 17 minutes of waiting. 3 plus 9, 12 plus 5, 17 minutes of waiting. Plus 2, 4 minutes of waiting. Just 21 plus 40, 61 minutes. So the moment he boards on to this, 61 minutes later, he can reach there. What time does he board on? He can't get on board at 8:05. The earliest he can get on board is 8:10. 8:10 plus 61 minutes. 8:10 and 60 minutes is 9:10. 61 minutes is 9:11. And nice, simple, juicy one to get out of the way, to get comfortable with this. Now we have to register these numbers. 3 stations here, 3 here, 9 here, 5 here, and then we do from one chunk to another, how long does it take to travel, all of that. And so 2 minutes between stations in this axis, 3 minutes between stations in this axis. If Priya is ready to board a train at 10:25 from station T, what is the earliest that she can reach station S? From T to S, right? She is boarding at 10:25. She wants to reach station S. Right? First of all, she can either go like this and then like this, or like this and like this. Right? I want to think in terms of what will be the train that comes to T first, right? But before that, I understood that there are 9 stations here, right? So we can say T to V, how long does it take? In between 2 minutes between stations, 10 such stations, 10 to 2, 20, 10 such distances, 10 to 2, 20, plus 9 waiting times. This stretch takes 29 minutes. This stretch, 1, 2, 3, 3 into 3, 9, plus 2, 11 minutes. This stretch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 into 3, 12, 12 plus 3, 15 minutes. This stretch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 into 2, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 minutes. So we can calculate each of these stretches and keep them, because we are going to use them in some form or other. First of all, we are going to think about from T to S, is it TVS or TRS, which is better? Right? For which we need to find the train that comes to T, because it's at 10:25. And so P to T is 11 minutes. Starting at here, a train starts every 10 minutes. So at 8 there will be a train starting. At 8:10 there will be a train starting. At 8:20 there will be a train starting. So train going in this direction will come at 8:11, 8:21, 8:31. The earliest in this direction is 8:31. This way, how does it work? There will be a train starting at 8 and then 8:15. This stretch again is 11 minutes. We computed that. So it's 8:11 or 8:26. If it is 8, it is 11 and 26. If it is 10, 10:25, it is 10:11 and 10:26. Straight away, I know that if I go like this, I start at 10:26. If I go like this, I start at 10:31. I've written 8. I'm going to remove that. I'm going to simplify that for myself. (10:31), whereas this axis is 10:26. 10:26 seems juicier, so I'm going to go with that. I'm going to start with that. So with the 10:26, then this stretch takes 15 minutes. Why? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 into 3, 12, plus 3 waiting times, 15 minutes. So it comes here at 10:26. He boards that at 10:26, which is rather nice. And then it's a 15-minute stretch. But there's a 2-minute waiting time at T. Because T is still a junction station, not a terminal station. So I start at 10:15. I arrive at T at 10:26. I leave from T at 10:28. Take 15 minutes to reach this point. 10:28 plus 15, 38, 10:43. So I'll be here at 10:43. And then I'll have to take a right and go along that direction. That is my TRS route. And so from 10:25, I board at 10:26. It leaves at 10:28 plus 15, 10:43, I am here. Which is rather nice, because my train in this direction will come at 10:41, will wait for 2 minutes. So at 10:43 I come, I can still board the train. So at 10:43 I'll board at R, which is brilliant, which is super useful for me, because now I know there's no waiting time at R at all. So I can ignore this route. As it is, I'm 5 minutes behind. There's a long waiting time at R. I'll have to worry about, is there a shorter waiting time at V? No, I don't wait, because there's no waiting time at R. This is my preferred route. At 10:43 I leave from R. From R to S is 29 minutes. How do I know that? 10 into 2, 20, 10 distances of 2 each, 20, plus 9 stoppages. At 10:43 I leave from R. I board R at 10:43. I leave from R at 10:43 because it has come to R at 10:41. From 10:43, 29 more minutes I'll be at S and I need to reach S. 10:43 plus 29, 10:43 plus 17 is 11 o'clock plus 12 more, 11:12 I can expect to be here. My route is TRS because my BT train comes within 1 minute of reaching, whereas my PT train takes 6 minutes. So I can start sooner if I come here. And if I take this option, I'm practically not waiting at R. I get out of my station, run in, board the other station and head out. So both ways it works brilliantly. So 11:12 is the answer I'm looking for. Hopefully that will be there in the choices. It is there. Haripriya is expected to reach station S late. I didn't understand this question. Late as in what late? What is 2 a.m. late or 6 p.m. late or 11 a.m. late? What is the latest time which we must be ready to board at S? If she must reach station B before 1 a.m. via station R. So she has to come here and come here. She has to reach B before 1 a.m. This question is basically saying work backwards, right? This is 1 a.m. I know this stretch is 11 minutes. This stretch is 15 minutes. 11 plus 15, 26 plus 2 minutes waiting time here, 28 minutes. From the moment I'm at R, 28 minutes I can reach here. Right? So if I want to reach here by 1 a.m., I need to be at R by 12:32. I need to board by 12:32 because 15 minutes of travel plus 2:17 plus 11:28, I'll reach by 1 sharp. 12:32. The last train from here leaves at 12, which will come here at 12:11. There is no 12:32 train to go from A via R to B. That's not possible. So forget about that. So the 12:32 timeline is ruled out. I won't reach at 1 a.m. I'll reach a little sooner than 1 a.m. I have to, otherwise I'm in trouble. So what is the last moment I can board this train at R? R is 11 minutes from A. So 12:11 is when the last train comes here. So if I can board that train, then I'm reaching way before 1. And I cannot catch a train after that because there is no train starting after that from A towards B. So the train that arrives here at 12:11, that's the one I want to grab. Right? Or if I think about it slightly differently, I have to be at R by 12:11 to 12:13. Why? Because this train ARB will wait for 2 minutes at R. So even if I reach by 12:13, I'm fine. So my aim now is to reach R by 12:13. She must be ready to board at station S. So we are looking to board the NSRM train at station S, looking to be here by 12:11 or latest by 12:13. 12:13, 12:11 is it? I want only the latest time, like I'm playing with the margins. So from S to R is 29 minutes that I know. So 29 minutes before 12:13 is when I have to board. 12:13 minus half an hour is 11:43. 29 11:44. If I board from here at 11:44, at S I get out, I board at 11:42 or at 11:44 it leaves S. It leaves S at 11:44. So I'm still covered because I leave at 11:44. 29 minutes I take, it will be 12:13. 16 plus 13, 29. 12:13 it is about to leave from R. I can reach here. That's the last train leaving at R. So leaving at 11:44 from S, I'm still covered. Right? So N to S is 17 minutes. On this axis, we have a train every 10 minutes. So we have a train coming at 11:7, 11:17 at S. When at N, leaving at 11, 11:10, 11:20, 11:30, plus 17 minutes, 11:17, 11:27, 11:37, all of that. So a train coming at 11:37 to S, I should catch. 11:47 at S, I can't catch. So I'm looking to catch the 11:37 train at S. What is the latest time which we must be ready to board on station S? The 11:37 train, but not 11:37. but 11:39 because it is going to come at 11:37 here and then wait for 2 minutes. Let it become 11:39 and then reach here and then come back here. And so there's no constraint here because I'll reach way before 1 a.m. This constraint here, I should be before 12:13. I start any time before 11:44, I'm good. The train arrives there at 11:37. I cannot catch 11:47, I'll be late. I'll have to catch 11:37, but I can catch 11:37 at 11:39. I catch at 11:39, I'll be here on time, I'm through. The last time you can reach by at 11:39 p.m. What are the minimum number of trains that are required to provide the service on the AB line, considering both north and south directions? Oh, nice. AB line, start from A, think about going to B. Let's think about how long it takes. Right? So this is 11 minutes. This is 15 minutes. This is 11 minutes. 11 plus 15 is 26. 26 plus 11 is 37. 22 plus 15, 37 minutes of this leg, this leg, this leg. What am I missing here? I'm clearly missing a 2-minute wait time here and a 2-minute wait time here. So 11 plus 15 plus 4, 22, 37, 41 minutes, which is brilliant. So 41 minutes and I can go from A to B. The train needs a 15-minute wait time before it can start, functioning. So 41 plus 15 is 56. So if I start a train at 6 a.m. here, that train is ready to start from here at 6:56. Not before that. It'll reach here by 6:41, but at 6:56 he's ready to go back. Not before that. He needs just 15 minutes rest. So my 6 a.m. train should start from here. From starting from B, my 6 o'clock train will start. There's a train every 15 minutes here. My 6:15 train has to start. There has to be a new train. My 6:30 train has to start. That's a new train. My 6:45 train has to start. That's a new train. My 7 a.m. train can be the train that started at A. That means from B, I'll need 4 trains to start before the first train from A comes here and is ready to leave. Not just comes here, it should also be ready to leave. So 6, 6:15, 6:30 and 6:45, I should be ready to start from B before the guy who came from A to B is ready to fire and go. So 4 trains I need to go from B before the first train from A to here is ready to reinforce. Likewise, 4 from here, 4 plus 4, 8 trains are required. To provide the service in the city for A, say, for the AB line, how many trains are required? 4 plus 4, 8 trains required totally. What is the minimum number of, say, what is the minimum number of trains that are required to provide the service in this whole city? The AB line is 8 trains. The CD line is 8 trains. These 2 we have done. If you can crack this, we are through. Multiply that by 2, we are through. Right? From P to T is 11 minutes. T to V is 29 minutes. V to Q is 17 minutes. That's 17 there. So 11 plus 29 plus 17 plus 4. 2-minute waiting time here, 2-minute waiting time here. Add all of this up. 11 plus 29 is 40. 40 plus 21 is 61. Apart from this, there's a 15-minute wait time. So from P to Q is 76 minutes. Or the train that starts from P at 6 a.m. is ready to start from Q at 7:16. 60 plus 16. Oops. So from Q, we need to have a train starting at 6, 6:15, 6:30. Here it starts every 10 minutes. 6, 6:10, 6:20, 6:30, 6:40, 6:50, 6:60, which is 7, 7:10. The 7:20 train can be this one. So 76 minutes or 8 trains. We start from 0, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. 8 trains need to start from Q before the first train that happened to start from P is ready at Q for the return journey. So this 8 from here, 8 from here, This line requires 16. This line requires 16. 16 plus 16 is 32. 8 plus 8 is 16. 32 plus 16. 48 trains are required totally to service this city. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant set. Super tough. High security research lab requires researchers to set a passkey sequence based on the scan of the 5 fingers of their left hands. When an employee first joins the lab, her fingers are scanned in an order of her choice. And then when she wants to re-enter the facility, she has to scan the 5 fingers in the same sequence. The lab authorities are considering some relaxations of the scan order requirements, since it is observed that some employees often get locked out because they forget the sequence. The lab has decided to allow a variation in the sequence of scans of the 5 fingers, so that at most 2 scans out of 5 are out of place. For example, if the original sequence is TIMRL, that is thumb, index, middle, ring, and little finger, then TLMRI is also allowed. TMRLI is not allowed. Very interesting constraint here. If you have, let's get this. If you start off with TIMRL, then TLMRI is allowed. TMRLI is not allowed. T is in the right position. I is not. M is. R is. L is not. So these 2 don't work. The other 3 work. Between these 2, TIMRL, this is not in the right position. This is not in the right position. Nor is this. So this is not counted. This one will get counted because only 2 are in incorrect positions. Right? So it's a very wonderful set of constraints. Let's look at this first one question. The lab has decided to allow a variation in the sequence of the 5 fingers, so that at most 2 scans out of 5 are out of place. Right? For example, if the original were TIMRL, then TLMRI is allowed, but TMRLI is not. Right? So wonderful question. I'm going to do this step by step. Our original sequence is TIMRL. 2 of these are out of position. So at most 2 are out of position. Is at most 2. Can we have a scenario where there's only 1 out of position? You have 1, then 1 more has to be out of position. Right? So at most 2 means exactly 2. Only 1 of those cannot be wrong. That much we know. That means effectively some 2 are interchanged. Nothing else is possible. And so how can we interchange something? We can have T interchanging with I, T with M, T with R, T with L, or we could have I, T, M, R, L, M, I, T, R, L, R, I, M, T, L, L, I, M, R, T. If T is interchanging with anyone, T and I, T and M, T and R, T and L. You could have I and M, I and R, I and L. What do I mean by that? T, M, I, R, L, T, R, M, I, L, T, L, M, R, I. So T swapping places with one of the other 4, or I swapping places with one of the other 4. T and I swap, we've already counted. Or we could have a scenario where we have T, I here, R, M, L, T, I in the right place, L, R, N. Finally, we could have a scenario which is T, I, M, L, R. Just going step by step. These 2 can be swapped, these 2. T and I, T and M, T and R, T and L. I and M, I and R, I and L. M and R, M and L, R and L. Or 10 ways of swapping this out are possible. The other way of thinking about it very mathematically. How do we do this? I mean, you might not have done the topic on permutation, combination, or counting. But the quick fire way of thinking about this, 5 slots, select 2, 5 C2. And one catch here, how many different sequences are allowed for any given person's original scan? These 10 plus the original one, 11. Get the answer as 5C2, 10, and then simplify and mark 10. That doesn't cut it. You need to be very careful. Detail matters a lot. Quite a large number of students, they feel that they've nailed an exam, then come back and get fairly poor percentiles, mainly because of errors like this.
You finish this, you compute everything, you write 10, you mark 10, you're very confident, but it's wrong. Question doesn't say how many newer variants are allowed, just how many original sequences are possible, how many different sequences can get you through. Answer is 11, not 10. The original one and the 10 new variants that will still get you through. So be very careful about the detail. They're being very careful with the wording. It said how many different sequences of scans are allowed for any given person's original scan. How many different sequences are allowed? Not how many new variants are possible. Right? So 10 new variants. The original is also allowed 11 total. Right? So the quick fire way of thinking about is 5C2 10, 5 into 4 by 2 10 plus 1 11. The other way, the more conventional method, list everything down and then count them. The lab has decided to allow variations of the original sequence, so that the input of the scanned sequence of 5 fingers is allowed to vary from the original sequence by 1 place for any of the fingers. Thus, for example, TIMRL is the original sequence, then ITRML is allowed. So we have TIMRL, ITRML is allowed. It means these two have been swapped. These two have been swapped. But LIMRT is not allowed. LIMRT. L cannot go to the first slot. Any given finger can move 1 position, either before or after. 1 position to the left or right, earlier or later. That's it. Right? But there's a beautiful, even this example they have given, they've told us that these two can be swapped and these two can be swapped. Once again, key point to think of here is you're effectively only swapping. If you change the slots of 3 letters, then all of them cannot be only 1 position apart. If I say I'm going to mix up T, I, and M, one of those will go further away. Either T will go to M position or M will come to T's position. Not possible. We're effectively thinking only of swaps, nothing more than that. Right? So in all of these counting questions, make sure you have a structure the way you're counting. The way I would look at it is I would think of this and said 1 pair being swapped, 2 pairs being swapped. 3 pairs being swapped is not possible. There are only 5. Okay. And so let's build on this. 1 pair being swapped. Suppose your original sequence is TIMRL. Remember now, the pair that is being swapped, they have to be adjacent letters and consecutive letters. So you can take off T and I and M and R and L. 4 possibilities. Nothing more. You exchange T and I. Instead of TIMRL, you have ITMRL. Or you exchange I and M. You have TMIRL. Or TIRML, TIMLR. 4 possibilities. You can swap positions 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5. Right? Quite simple. 4 variants possible where you're swapping only 1 pair of letters. Now let's build on this. Say, look, we're not pairing only 1 pair, we're pairing 2. So you have TIMRL. You can swap these 2 and these 2. That is one possibility. Another possibility is from TIMRL, you can swap these 2 and these 2. 2 possibilities. Or TIMRL, leave out T, you can swap these 2 and these 2. 3 possibilities totally. You take 1 and 2, you can take 3 and 4 or 4 and 5. If you leave out 1, you can take 2 and 3, 4 and 5. So 4 possibilities originally with only 1 swap possible. 3 additional possibilities, adding up to 7 possibilities. But remember, these are 7 new possibilities. The answer is 8. How many different sequences are allowed for any given person's original scan? The original scan and 4 variants plus 3 variants, 8 total. And how many are allowed totally? There will be 8. Right? The way we are breaking it, only swaps are allowed. You can think of only 1 pair being swapped or 2 pairs being swapped. Then we figure out both and then we know. Now we complicate this even further. We say has now decided to require 6 scans in the pass sequence. So 5 fingers that go in, 5 different letters. On top of that, we have another finger additionally. So out of these 5, 1 repeats. So one possible sequence would be TIMTRL. So the thumb repeats, it comes twice instead of just once. So we have thumb, index, middle finger, thumb, ring finger, little finger. TIMTRL. So there are 6 in the sequence now. Suppose the lab allows a variation of the original sequence, where at most 2 scans are out of place. As long as the finger originally scanned twice is scanned twice, and the other fingers are scanned once, how many different sequences are possible? Exactly like question number 1, but instead of TIMRL, we have TIMTRL, an extra letter. So how do we do this? I'm going to simplify this, not do it very rigorously by listing it out. TIMTRL. You have to select some 2 to swap. You can do 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 1 and 4, 1 and 5, 1 and 6. 5 possibilities. You can do 2 and 3, 2 and 4, 2 and 5, 2 and 6. 4 possibilities. 3 and 4, 3, 5, 3, 6. 3 possibilities. 4, 5, 4, 6. 2 possibilities. 5 and 6, 1 possibility. 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, 12, 14, 15, plus our original sequence, 16. We just have to swap. It's effectively selecting 2 out of these 6. Some 2. Select some 2. In how many ways can that be done? 15. The mathematical way of doing this, 6C2. It's a catch here. What is the catch? What are we missing here? What is the mistake that we're doing here? Sorry? The thumb and thumb swap should not be counted. If you take this and put it here, this and put it here, by this method we'll end up counting that. We should not be counting that. So it is 15 plus 1 minus 1. 15 scans total. Wonderful question because there's a repetition there. Your A, B, C, D, E, F, what you're doing is right. But if you have T, I, M, T, R, L, then one particular swap which we end up counting is the T position in position 1 and in 4. We swap that, it's effectively the same sequence. And so T and T being swapped out is effectively the same sequence as what we started originally. So it is not a new sequence. So it is 15 minus 1 plus 1. Why minus 1? Because T and T swap, we end up counting it. We shouldn't count it. Why plus 1? Because we need to count the original sequence, TIMTRL. So totally there are 15, not 16. So be very careful about that one repetition. Last one, same sequence, same TIMTRL to begin with. The same panda, we can swap out. Each one can move 1 position to the left or right. It's very similar to question number 2. And so TIMTRL is what we have. Any sequence where only 1 slot is pushed out will get counted, but not more than 1. And so TIMTRL. Again, same method. We're going to count out everything where there's only 1 slot, 1 pair of letters being swapped, and then 2, and then 3. 1 pair of letters being swapped. We start with TIMTRL. You could have 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5, 5 and 6. 5 possibilities overall. These 2 get swapped, these 2 get swapped, these 2, these 2, these 2, these 2, and these 2. 5 different possibilities where there's only 1 swap involved. So we have the approach very similar to the previous one. We just swap out the first 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5, 5 and 6. We could have 2 pairs swapped, in which case we could have, we take out this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 4 and 5. 1 and 2 and 5 and 6. Or we could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 and 3, 4 and 5. 2 and 3, 5 and 6. 2 more possibilities. Or you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could have 2 and 3 left out. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 5, 1, 2, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6. Leaving out 2 also. 3, 4, 5, 6. With 2 being swapped out, 3 plus 2 plus 1, 6 possibilities only. With only 1 being swapped out, we have 5 possibilities. You could have 3 pairs being swapped out. So you're starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 2 can be swapped, these 2 can be swapped, these 2 can be swapped. That is 1 possibility. The total number of possibilities is 5 plus 6 plus 1. Only 1 pair swapped, 2 pairs swapped, 3 pairs swapped. So if you add these 3, 5 plus 6, 11 plus 1, 12, These are 12 new possibilities we have, apart from the original one that we originally had. 12 plus 1, 13 possibilities. Again, it's a tricky question. It's a kind of question which is better left alone, mainly because you have to continuously worry about double counts. Have I already counted this? Have I accounted for this? Am I keeping in mind the original possibility? The kind of thing where you can spend a lot of time, think all 4 are right, and maybe 1 will be right, other 3 could be wrong. Be very careful while counting. So probably better to stay away from an exam point of view. But doable question. Know the method, know the idea. Still very doable, but not more risky. You can get stuff wrong here. So if you know combinatorics, if you know permutation combination, this question is that little bit easier. That little bit. You can think of it in terms of 5C2, 6C2, and all that. So that makes life a little bit.
I'm going to speak for about 5 seconds and then go on and shoot this one. Right? Fast food joint, healthy bites. I'm going to assume that you've already read the question. So if you've not read the question, go ahead, read it very clearly, try it, attempt it, or answer all 4 questions and then come back to this. Right? Healthy bites is a fast food joint serving 3 items, burgers, fries, and ice cream. It has 2 employees, Anish and Bunny, A and B, who prepare the items. Preparation time is 10 minutes for a burger and 2 minutes for an order of ice cream. An employee can prepare only one of these items at a time. So ice cream and burger. Fries we have not spoken anything about. It will probably come. The fries are prepared in an automatic fryer which can prepare up to 3 portions of fries at a time and takes 5 minutes irrespective of the number of portions. So whether you prepare 1 portion, 2 portion, or 3 portions, it takes 5 minutes. The fryer does not need an employee to constantly attend to it. It's an automatic fryer. And we can ignore the time taken by an employee to start and stop the fryer. So either of them can just take the portions of fries required, stick it in the machine, and then pick it up after 5 minutes. They could be doing something else during these 5 minutes. They could be doing something else at the beginning, at the end. The 5 seconds that it takes to take this and stick it inside the automatic fryer is not considered. Right? So, an employee can be engaged in preparing other items while the frying is on. However, fries cannot be prepared in anticipation of future orders. Let's carry on. Healthy Bites wishes to serve the orders as early as possible. The individual items in any orders are served as and when ready. So if ice cream is ready, they'll give him ice cream. If fries are ready, then they'll give him fries. However, the order is considered to be completely served only when all the items of that order are served. Obviously, so if a customer has ordered for 3 items, only when all 3 are delivered do we assume that the order has been served. The table below gives the orders of the 3 clients and the times at which they place their orders. Client 1 says a burger, 3 portions of fries. Remember, this is just 1 unit. And 1 order of ice cream. At 10:05, we get 2 portions of fries and 1 order of ice cream. At 10:07, 1 burger, 1 portion of fries. This does not give us one complete sense of when what is done. That we'll have to figure out. Let's go to the questions. Assume that only one client's order can be processed at any given point of time. So Anish or Bunny cannot start preparing a new order while previous one is being prepared. This is very useful. It's a critical condition. What this is telling us that we'll take up client 1, deliver completely, then go to client 2. So while delivering client 1, even if one of the items if everything is being done, but one of the guys is free, he cannot say, okay, I'm doing nothing, let me start processing client 2's order. We cannot say that. They finish client 1, deliver everything, then say, okay, now let's start client 2. So they're practically doing one after the other. We're doing no optimization. That's very useful. We're optimizing to the extent of handling for one client. Right? Let's look at these 2 questions. And then for question numbers 3 and 4, there's some other constraint. Right? So look at question number 1. Only one client's order can be processed. At what time is the order placed by client 1 completely served? Client 1 wants a burger. So one of them can prepare the burger. And 3 fries and an ice cream. Remember, 3 fries can be prepared at the same time and automatically. So Anish can prepare from 10 to 10:10. Bunny can put all 3 fries at 10 o'clock and then can start making the ice cream at 10. So at 10:02 the ice cream is ready and given. At 10:05 the fries are ready and can be given. At 10:10 the burger is ready, can be given. At what time is the order placed by client 1 completely served? 10:10. Simple question. Remember, Anish and Bunny can work parallelly. Anish cannot make burger and ice cream at the same time. When Anish is making burger, Bunny can do ice cream and either one of them can handle the fries. Go to the next question. At what time is the order placed by client 3 completely served? Right? Means we saw that client 1 is completely served by 10:10. Remember, now client 2 can be served only starting at 10:10. You could not have started any of the process before 10:10. Remember that. Client 1 is completely served. Client 2 might have placed the order. I don't care about that. I'll wait for client 1 to be completely served, then start client 2's process. And so, client 1 at 10:10, he's completely done. At client 2, has ordered 2 fries and 1 ice cream. Now, Anish can keep the 2 fries from 10:10 to 10:15. Bunny can prepare the ice creams 10:10 to 10:12. At 10:12, the ice creams will get made. At 10:15, the fries get made. Bunny is free from 10:12. Anish is free from 10:10 because the fries get made automatically. But remember, client 3's process, we can start only at 10:15. We have to deliver client 2's order completely and only then can we start client 3. Client 3 orders a burger and a fries. Burger takes 10 minutes, fries take 5 minutes. So at 10:25, client 3's order can be completely served. This is not the best or the most optimal process to do this. Anish and Bunny at different points of time are free, but that doesn't matter. What we have been outlined is very clear. You serve client 1 completely, then start the process for client 2. So by 10:25, the whole thing can be delivered. Let's move to question 3. Suppose the employees are allowed to process multiple orders at a time, but the preference would be to finish orders of clients who placed their orders earlier. Now this is interesting. This is how a restaurant would operate. So client 1's order is delivered, but if one of the guys is wasting time, is not doing anything, and client 2 has given an order, that should be served, that should be processed. That's how we operate. Right? At what time is the order placed by client 2 completely served? Client 1 places a burger, 3 portions of fries and 1 order of ice cream. So Anish could make the burger till 10:10, it will go on. Bunny will keep the fries till 10:05, it could go on. Bunny can make the ice cream 10:02. Remember, Bunny is technically free by 10:02. Right? The order, second order comes in only at 10:05. Remember that. The second order is for 2 fries and 1 ice cream. What Bunny can do at 10:05 is place the 2 fries in the automatic fryer machine and start making the ice cream at 10:05 exactly. This will get completed at 10:07. Remember, Bunny is free from 10:02 onwards. The frying machine is free from 10:05 onwards. The order comes in at 10:05. So 10:05 to 10:10, this gets done. 10:05 to 10:07, this gets done. Anish, meanwhile, is still making the burger ordered by client 1, but that doesn't matter. Client 2 can be served completely by 10:10. Here we are optimizing. So client 1 and client 2, the stuff can be delivered by 10:10. Suppose the employees are allowed to process multiple orders at a time, but the preference would be to finish orders of clients who placed their orders earlier. Same as the previous question. The condition is very clear. We are looking to optimize employees' time. Also assume that the 4th client came in only at 10:35. Between 10 and 10:30, for how many minutes is exactly one of the employees idle? It's very interesting. So we need to think about what each of them is doing. And then we need to track when exactly one of them could be idle, not both. Right? So only one of them should be idle. Think about this. Say Anish delivers for the burger for client 1. So he's busy from 10 to 10:10. The fries can be placed inside by either one of them. 10 to 10:05 either by Anish or by Bunny. Remember, the fries time is not taken as employee time, it's just processing time. Bunny makes an ice cream from 10 to 10:02. And so the order gets completely delivered by 10:10, but Bunny is occupied only till 10:02. The next order comes in at 10:05. So 10:02 to 10:05, Bunny is free. And so Bunny is free for 3 minutes. During this 3 minutes, Anish is occupied in making the burger. So exactly one of them is free for that 3 minutes from 10:02 to 10:05. The next order comes in. Anish is busy with the burger for client 1. Bunny makes the ice cream and keeps the fryers in. This takes 5 minutes. This takes 2 minutes. So by 10:07, Bunny is free. And Anish is still making the burger. So from 10:07 onwards, Bunny will now be free. Right? Having said that, client 3's order of burger and fries comes in at 10:07. So Bunny will say, okay, 10:07, I'm free, but I've got an order for burger and fries. So he starts processing burger from 10:07 to 10:17. Now, the fries have to be processed from 10:10 onwards, because only then the third lot of fries can be placed, which probably Anish will do, and Bunny can do, but Anish probably, it doesn't matter either way. So 10:10 to 10:15, the fries get processed. 10:07 to 10:17, the burger gets made. In this 10:07 to 10:17, till 10:10, Anish is occupied making the burger for client 1. But from 10:10 to 10:17, Anish is free. From 10:10 to 10:17, the 7-minute period, Anish is free while Bunny is busy making a burger. So 7 more minutes where one of them is free. At 10:17, Bunny gets free. Client 3's order is delivered completely. 1 and 2 have already been delivered. Anish is also free. So from 10:17 to 10:30, both of them are free. That I won't count. The question is very clear. It is exactly one of the employees is idle. That is 3 plus 7, 10 minutes. For a period of 10 minutes, exactly one of the employees is idle. 10:02 to 10:05, one of them is idle. 10:10 to 10:17, the other is idle. So for 10 minutes, exactly one of them is idle. Right. Wonderful question, simple enough as long as you do it reasonably methodically. Petrol pumps. Fuel contamination levels at each of 20 petrol pumps, P1 to P20, were recorded as either high or medium or low. And once again, before you proceed further with this, please try this extensively. I'm going to read this. You need to have time to consolidate all the moving parts in your own mind before you can take value from the solution. Contamination levels at 3 pumps from P1 to P5 were recorded as high. P1 to P5, 3 were high. P6 was the only pump among P1 to P10 where the contamination level was low. So P6 is low, only low in the first 10. P7 and P8 were the only 2 consecutively numbered pumps where the same levels of contamination were recorded. So P7, P8 are equal, the only place they are equal. Remember, P7 and P8 are not L. So P7, P8 are either MM or HH. A brilliant hint, it's a very powerful thing. Nowhere else can we have an LL or an MM or a HH except P7 and P8. Now straight away, just gives away this part. P1 to P5 has 3 high levels. No 2 high levels should be adjacent to each other. Or straight away, P1 to P5 is H dash H dash H. And in between should be M because there is only one L from P1 to P10, which is in P6. So the first 6 pumps have to be HM, HM, HL. Straight away we know this much, and the big giveaway. High contamination levels were not recorded at any of the pumps from P16 to P20. The last 5, no high at all. That means it should be only L and M and nothing adjacent to each other. So P16 to P20 is either LM, LML or ML, ML, M. The number of pumps where high contamination levels were recorded was twice the number where low contamination levels were recorded. So H, M, L. If this were X, this is 2X. Together, H plus L is 3X. The multiple of 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 or 18. That means medium will be 17 or 14 or 11 or 8 or 5 or 2. Brilliant. So we narrowed down the number for medium. We definitely know that there are 3 H's and therefore at least 3 H's mean even number of heights. So we can rule out this, we can rule out this, we can rule out this. We'll narrow down even further, but we can already see that M cannot be 2 or 17. It cannot be that low or that high. Right? So we built some base, some inferences. Let's dig deeper now. A bunch of questions to follow. We'll come to that. Right? So let's go step by step. This is L that we know. That could be HH or MM that we know. This has to be H, M, H, M, H, H, M, H, M, H. So H and H, this has to be M. H, this has to be H, this has to be M. So 2 possibilities for P1 to P10 because P7, P8 could be HH or MM. Maybe one of these 2 will get eliminated, but we have 2 possibilities. Fine. So the first 5 we have nailed on. First 6 we have nailed on. The certainties. Fine. Now we are going to make inferences about the total number of M's. So let's count that. And in this sequence, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 high contaminations, only 1 low, and 3 M. M would be 1, 2, 3. Here again, there will be 1, 2, 3, 4 H. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 M and 1 L. Wonderful. So far, so good. We've completed this. This could be either 6, 3, 1 or 4, 5, 1. I know these 2, last 2, we know there's no H here, so it could be LM, LML or ML, MLM. So we could have either 2 mediums and 3 lows or 3 mediums and 2 lows, 2 low levels. And wonderful. We already know that M should be from the set of 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, 17. We already have 3 mediums. We'll definitely have at least 2 here. It adds up to 5 minimum. So 2 and 5 we can rule out because there'll have to be M here for sure. Fine. So we are the number of H should be an even number totally, and it should be twice that of this. Then there are at least 6 heights here plus 4 highs here. 6 and 4, there will definitely be highs here. So we can straight away eliminate this and this. And so medium level should either be 8 or 11. None of the other possibilities are even feasible. If this is 8, the remaining 2 add up to 12. So the total is either 8, 8, 4 or 6, 11, 3. And 8, 8, 4 or 6, 11, 3. These are the 2 possibilities that we have with us. For high, medium, low. Even the 10, 5, 5, it can be ruled out. Only 5 can be medium. That means 10 high levels have to be there. There are 6 high levels here maximum. We'll have to have 4 highs here with no high level here. 4 highs and 5 slots not possible. Even this can be ruled out. So either 8, 8, 4 or 6, 11, 3. Fine. So let's think about this. 8, 8, 4 totally. or 6, 11, 3 totally. Let's see if we can narrow down even better. 8, 8, 4 or 6, 11, 3. So think about it. Suppose it were 6, 11, 3. There are 11 mediums totally. You can either have 3 mediums from here or 5 mediums from here. If you have 5 mediums in the first 10, to get to 11, it will be 6 M's in the second 10. That's not possible because no 2 consecutive ones could be M. So maximum, even if we go alternate, we can get 5 M's. So 6, 11, 3 is ruled out. So the total has to be 8, 8, 4. H, M, L. Now, this could be 631 or 451. Think about this, 631 or 451. The total is 884 for high, medium, low. We could have 631, in which case the remaining 10 would be 2, 5, 3. This is a P11 to P20. Or if you have 884, 451, be 4, 3, 3. Think about this. P16 to P20, there are no high contamination levels. Or if you have to have 4 high contamination levels in the second 10, all 4 will have to be here. That is simply not possible. So 451 is ruled out. This possibility goes out of the window. So the first 10 has to be 631. The second 10 has to be 253. So here it will be 2, 5 and 3. 2 high levels, 5 mediums and 3 ones and 3 low levels. Wonderful. So let's now go and chase this. The last 5 has to be ML, MLM or LM, LML. There are only M and M here. We need to have 3 more M's. That has to be only like this. We put those in. So MH, MHM, LM, LML. So we'll have 2 highs, 5 mediums and 3 lows. That's the only possibility there. Fine. So here we have already eliminated this. Here LM, LML, that means all 3 L's get accommodated. So in this 5, there should be no L at all. It has to alternate MH, MH, M. So we're done with that. Wonderful. Now we know P10 is H, so P11 should be M. Fine. So now let's think about what other possibility exists. Totally. Fine. So we need to accommodate 2 more H's. If you're going for this sequence, 2 H's here. P11 cannot be a H. So P12 can be H. If P12 is a H, P13 cannot be H. P14 can be, or we could have this, or we could have this. These are the 3 possibilities that we have. Fine. So H and H in 12 and 14, H and H in 12 and 15, H and H in 13 and 15. So P15 were not H, then it has to be L. So we can fill the first column completely. So this cannot be M, this cannot be H, this will be L. This is L, then we accommodate all the L's required. The other 2 will have to be M. We are done. For the others, there's more freedom. There's one L also in between. These 2 cannot be M. One of these 2 has to be M. So we can have M here and then LM or ML here. So those possibilities exist. Those things we can still figure out later on. Fine. But we've got large parts of the grid. For the first 10, there's only one solution. For the next 10, there are about 3, 4 possibilities. When we've got this far in the grid, let's jump to the questions. Which of the following must be true? The contamination level at P12 was recorded as H. At P12 was recorded as H. This is H, this is H, this is H. This need not be H. We could have a scenario where this is M and this is L. This is the other M. This need not be true. P20 was recorded as medium. Not necessary, it could be low. This need not be true. P10 was recorded as H. Yes, P1 to P10 we have completely nailed on. That is true. P13 was recorded as low. P13 could be medium or high. Need not be low. This is out. So choice 3, the third option. Go to the next question. What best can be said about the number of pumps at which the contamination levels were recorded as medium? We know the number HML is 884. Medium level is 8 exactly. It cannot be 11, it cannot be 5. We've already seen that, established it clearly. It has to be 8 totally. The best statement is exactly 8. Remember that this more than 4 is also correct. Best can be said. What is narrowing it best is exactly 8. The contamination level at P11 was recorded as low. That means this is out, this is out. This could be low, in which case there will be 2M. This is also out. Only one possibility exists. The contamination at P18 was low. P18 was medium. So the first one is out. The contamination level at P15 was recorded as medium. P15 is high. This is out. Contamination level at P14 was recorded as medium. Yes, that is correct. At P12 was high. This is wrong. So once again, choice 3. If the contamination level at P15 was recorded as medium, P15 was medium, that is this possibility. Only one possibility. Which of the following must be false? Contamination levels at P11 and 16 were recorded as same. 11, 16. This is false. This seems to work. 10 and 14 were recorded at same. 10 is high, 14 is high. This is true. 14 was higher than 15. 14 is higher than 15. Yes. H and then M. This is also true. 13 and 17 were same. 13 is medium. 17 is also medium. This is also true. Which one must be false? That is statement 1. Choice 1. This is a set from CAT 2018 DALR. So if you have not done this set, hit pause straight away. Try this set. You can see the description all over the place. Try this set before you see the video. Otherwise, it's just a pointless exercise. Job interview. 7 candidates. Akhil, Balram, Chitra, Divya, Irina, Fatima, and Ganeshan. I like this. They've been kind enough to give us A through to G. And sometimes I hate it when they give names like Akhil and Anita and Abraham and all that. Then it becomes a pain. I have to remember 3 names starting with A. Now it is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Candidates were required to reach the venue before 8 a.m. Good company. Immediately upon arrival, they were sent to one of 3 interview rooms, 101, 102, and 103. The following venue log shows the arrival times for these candidates. Some of the names have not been recorded in the log and have been marked as question mark. And so the names that have been missed out are these 4. And then we have these statements from the candidates. Balram says, I was the 3rd person to enter room 101. I was the last person to enter the room I was allotted to, that is Chitra. Irina, I was the only person in the room I was allotted to. So there's some room that has only 1 person. 3 people, including Akhil, were already in the room that I was allotted to when I entered it. So there's 1 room that has greater than or equal to 4. So 3 people are already there when Fatima entered it. If Fatima is not the last person to enter it, there's probably 1 more person to enter it. So 1 room has at least 4. 1 room has 1. It could be 1, 4, 2, 1, 5, 1. It's the only possible distribution for the 7 people. I was one among the 2 candidates allotted to room number 102. So 2 candidates allotted to 102. This is like this. So 2 people are in room number 102. Balram was the 3rd person to enter 101. So he was definitely in 101. At least 3 people in 101. This is 101. This is 103. And then we're going to use these constraints, see them over clearly, and then see what else we can fill. Right? These are the questions. I'm going to go step by step. Just to revisit, Irina was the only person in the room she was allotted to. Ganeshan was among 2 candidates. We've already made this inference. Candidate numbers are 4, 1 and 2. 2 people, so the 4-member room is 101. I was among the 2 candidates allotted to 102. This is 102. This is 103. To 103, Erina is there. Ganesh is there, and then one more person is there. Here, Akhil and Balram and Fatima are definitely there in 101 because Balram is in 101. Fatima says Akhil was already in the room among 3 people. So A, B, and F are in 101. Erina is in 103, and Ganesh is among the 2 people in 102. Now let's look at this. We've gone this far. Let's build this out. And so we've got the candidate numbers, and I'm going to look at this conditions. I was the last person to enter the room I was allotted to, is what she's saying. We've made these inferences. A, B, and F go to room number 101. C should go to 102. E should go to 103. E should go to 103. That we know. Chitra was the last person to enter. So she did not enter 101 because Fatima enters after Chitra. So Chitra should have entered 102. Ganesh has also entered 102. So now we know all the names. 102 has C and G. 103 has E. 101 has A, B, F and D. These 4 people. Right? Wonderful. And Fatima obviously is the last person to enter 101 because when she enters, 3 people are already there. So Chitra was the last person to enter 102. Fatima was the last one to enter 101. So this number should be 103 and this being Erina. Fine. So far so good. We've got this completely filled. Right? Now we need to allot B, F is already done, B, G, D into these rooms. B, G and D. Right? Is there some other clue that we can use to figure this out? Balram says he was the 3rd person to enter room number 101. So let's just recap this. Balram says he was the 3rd person to enter 101. In 101, we have A, B, D, F. F is the 4th. So Balram enters after A and B. Definitely after A, but after D also. So into these 3 time slots, we have B, D, G. In these 3 time slots, we have B, D, G. Not in this order, obviously. B, D, G such that B is after D. So B is not first. B did not come at 7:10. Right? So B could have come at 7:15 or 7:25. D could have been before B, here or here. Or it could have been dash DB. We are looking at DBG, DGB, GDB. 3 possibilities for these 3 time slots. DGB, DBG, GDB. Balram could not have come first. D before B. That much we know. So it could be DB, DB or DB. The remaining slot goes to G. We know that G is in 102 and B and D are in 101. That much we have already resolved. So 101 has A, D, B, G. Sorry, A, D, B, F. F is the last, A is the first or joint first, and then D comes before B. A, D, B, F in this order. 102 has G, C, 103 has E. The only possibilities or only cases that are still open, the timings 7:10, 7:15 and 7:25. We know that Balram didn't come at 7:10, but still there are 3 possibilities. And so we've got this far. We cannot get any further detail than this. Let's go to the questions and then see which of these work for which questions. What best can be said about the room to which Divya was allotted? Divya is D. Divya could not have gone here. It's either 101. So the room she was allotted. So Divya is definitely in 101. Only the timing there is ambiguity over. Room that she was allotted to, this is definitely room number 101. In rooms, there's no ambiguity. In 101, there's A, D, B, F in that order, even though A and D could have been joined first. There's no ambiguity here. Definitely room number 101. Who else was in room number 102 when Ganeshan entered? G and C are in 102, but Ganeshan is the first to enter. Who else was in room number 102? No one was in. Ganeshan is the first one to enter 102, then Chitra joins him. When did Irina reach the venue? At last, at 7:45, this choice. She's in room number 103 and she's the last to arrive at 7:45 a.m. If Ganeshan entered the venue before Divya, so G before D, and we know that D is before E. So we're looking at G, D, B as the order. When did Balram enter the venue? Balram should have entered in this slot. We're looking at G, D, B. We're looking at this combination. Balram entered at 7:25 a.m. That is this choice. A wonderful set. It's a very, very, very juicy, simple, doable set. If you'd seen this, your eyes should have lit up and said, look, I'm going to knock this off in 8-9 minutes and get 4 points into the four answers into the bag. Very straightforward. Only 3 possibilities. Bunch of things fall in place automatically. And then there is little bit of leeway that the last set, is it DGB, DBG or GDB? Only that part is up. Everything else is in place straight away. So you should have definitely jumped up and grabbed the chance to finish this off. One of the 3 doctors, Dr. Ben, Dr. Kane and Dr. Wayne, visit a particular clinic Monday to Saturday to see patients. Ben sees for 10 minutes and charges $100. Kane sees each patient for 15 minutes and charges $200. While Dr. Wayne sees each patient for 25 minutes and charges rupees 300. The clinic has 3 rooms numbered 1, 2 and 3, which are assigned to the 3 doctors as per the following table. Ben, Kane, Wayne, Wayne, Ben, Kane, Kane, Wayne, Wayne, Kane, Wayne, Ben. So far we've got nothing. Then we've got how many minutes each doctor takes and how much they charge. Maybe we'll get something about patients are coming at this time, that time and schedule and all that. Let's see that. The clinic is open from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. every Monday to Saturday. On arrival, each patient is handed a numbered token indicating their position in the queue, starting with token number 1 every day. As soon as any doctor becomes free, the next patient in the queue enters that emptied room for consultation. Okay. If at any time more than 1 room is free, then the waiting patient enters the room with the smallest number. For example, if the next 2 patients in the queue have token numbers 7 and 8, room numbers 1 and 3 are open. Patient with 7 will go to 1, 8 will go to 3. I see a token, I go, whenever a door opens, I go. If 2 doors open at the same time, when my token number comes, then I go to the smaller room number, the higher priority room number, the first room number. If 1 and 2 open up, I go to 1. If 2 and 3 open up, I go to 2. If 1 and 3 open up, I go to 1. Otherwise, whenever a door opens, I go in. And simple enough. This is straight away telling us that there are very few constraints here. So we're not going to have a nice table and fill everything in and answer the question. Each question is going to give us something new. Right, so let's jump in. What are the maximum number of patients the clinic can cater to on any single day? This is going to be nice. Whenever you're given this maximum questions, I'm going to assume that waiting time or the doctor's waiting time is 0. Doctors don't wait. 9 to 11:30. This is 2.5 hours or 150 minutes. One of our doctors take 10 minutes, another takes 15, another takes 25. Let's assume there are 100 patients waiting. Fine. Not 1, 2, 3, but 100 or 1000. So whenever a doctor finishes the appointment, a new one comes in with some algorithm. I don't care what the algorithm is. But there are so many waiting that they keep coming. That's when I can see the maximum. And how will we see how many can this see? 1 plus 150 by 10. The 10-minute doctor, I think that's Ben, can see 15 patients. The 15-minute doctor can see 10 patients, 150 by 15. The 25-minute doctor can see 150 by 25, 6 patients. 15 plus 10, 25 plus 6. 15, 10, 6, 31 patients can be seen. Basically saying the doctors can max out. There's not a single minute where a doctor is not seeing a patient. How will that work? There are tons of patients. 150 patients. They're all there at 8:50. The moment the clinic opened, the doctor just keeps seeing patients. They guzzle patients down, but there is no time where a doctor finishes his session with the patient and there's nobody. That scenario doesn't exist. Every time a doctor is done with a patient, a new patient is waiting to barge in through the door. They're very busy doctors. They're maxed out. 15, 10 and 6 they'll see. That means they'll end up seeing 31 patients. And so just to clarify, the Ben takes 10 minutes, Kane 15 and Wayne 25. Right? And they charge 100, 200, 300. I need to remember this because I'm going to come into the picture somewhere. 31 here. The queue is never empty on one particular Saturday. Which of the 3 doctors would earn the maximum amount? So it's our scenario. That means Ben sees 15 patients. Kane sees 10 patients. Wayne sees 6 patients. Ben takes 10 minutes. Kane takes 15 minutes. Wayne takes 25 minutes. Ben 10 minutes charges 100. Kane sees 15 minutes charges 200. Wayne sees 25 minutes charges 300. This is rupees 100, rupees 200, rupees 300. Total amount Ben would make is 1500. Kane would make is 2000. Wayne would make is 6 into 300, 1800. Who makes the best money? Maximum amount in consultation charges. That is Kane. Fine. 15 minutes. For every 15 minutes making $200. Brilliant. Here the amount is doubling. Time taken goes up only by 50%. So Kane definitely sees more than Ben. And easily makes more than Wayne as well. 15 to 25 goes up by 2/3. This goes up by half. Fine. So more time, less money. Therefore, Kane is better off. Mr. Singh visited the clinic on Monday, Wednesday and Friday of a particular week, arriving at 8:50 a.m. on each of these 3 days. His token number was 13 on all 3 days. On which day was he at the clinic for the maximum duration? And so I'm not going to worry about the days. We'll come to the days later on. And so our man comes at 8:50. That means he's there even before the clinic opens. The clinic's first time is 9 o'clock. He's there even before that. And so evidently Ben will see the maximum number. Let's see how many people get seen in 1 hour. And so in 1 hour, Ben will see 6 patients. Kane will see 4 patients. Wayne will have a third one inside. You guys would have finished it. Wayne will have the third one inside. 25, 50, and the rest of it. 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 3, 13. So before 1 hour, he'll end up seeing. Wonderful. Let's think about 9:45. In 45 minutes, what will happen? When Ben would have seen 4 and the 5th one will be inside. Kane would have just seen 3 and the 4th one will be entering. Maybe we'll call it 9:46 to avoid confusion. Wayne would have seen 2. The second one will be inside. 5th, 4th, 2nd. 5 plus 4, 9. 9 plus 2, 11. At 9:46, token number 11 would have gone in. But by 10, everybody would have 13 or more would have been inside. That we have seen. This is the status at 10 o'clock. In 1 hour, 13 definitely gets seen. In 1 hour, 1 minute, the 7th guy will go here. The 5th guy will go here. 3rd guy will continue to be inside. So he definitely enters before 9 a.m. But at 9:46, only 11 are inside. The 5th guy would have gone to be with Ben. 3 would have been completed. The 4th guy would have just entered for Kane. And the 2nd guy will be sitting and having a chat with Wayne. And 9:51, that's the next turning point. With Ben, the 6th guy will be sitting inside. With Kane, it will be still the 4th guy. With Wayne, it's a 3rd guy. 6 plus 4, 10. 10 plus 3, 13. Wonderful. 13th guy will be inside at 9:51. It would have entered at 9:50. Brilliant. So 9:50 is the entry point for the 13th token number. Right? But it's always the 13th guy enters at 9:50. So I think same duration on all 3 days. This is tempting me. I went towards this. And so in any day, 13th guy is 9:50. When Ben would have seen 5th, 5, 6 one would be going in. Kane would have anyway, the 4th guy will be sitting inside Kane. For Wayne, 2 would have been completed, the 3rd one comes in. 6 plus 4, 10 plus 3, 13. And so he will enter at 9:50. If you have the token number 13, it doesn't matter which day you come. You're always going to enter in at 9:50. That's how the system works. Right? So what's the big deal? So he should be at the clinic for the same duration for each time. This is wrong, because think about it. He's going to enter his appointment at 9:50, but he'll come out. Which day was he at the clinic for maximum duration? If he's entering into an appointment with Ben, Kane, or William, or Wayne, he's going to come out at different times. So the answer could be different. He's entering, the 13th guy entering, but the 13th guy could be Ben or Wayne. It's not Kane, it could be Ben or Wayne, depending on whom he's seeing. That'll change. I'm going to fill this table out. We've got to the answer, more or less. But I want to fill this table out because I want to discuss this. I'm not going to see which day of the week. I'm just going to draw the broad chart. And at 9 o'clock, the first guy in each place would go 1, 1, 1. Right? So I'm going to put it as 1, 1, 1, not 1, 2, 3. Because I don't know which is room number 1, which is room number 2, room number 3. That toss-up will resolve later. 9, 10, the 4th guy will go. Token number 4. Why the 4th guy? Because 1, 2, 3 have gone. So I put it as 1, 1, 1, joint first. And we'll resolve that 1, 2, 3 later on, like goal difference or run rate, net run rate. That we'll resolve later on. 1, 1, 1. At 9, 10, token number 4 will go to Ben's room. At 9, 15, token number 5 will go to Kane's room. At 9, 20, token number 6 will go here. Right? There'll be something here, something here. At 9:25, token number 7 will go here. Wonderful. At 9:30, this will get completed and this will get completed. 8, 8, joint 8. At 9:40, number 10 will go. Joint 8, that is 8 and 9 in some order, and then 10th one will be here. 9:45, 11th one will go here. 9:50 will be 12th, joint 12th, or 12th or 13th, 13th or 12th. Okay. Wonderful. So on which day was he at the clinic for the maximum duration? So if he goes in and he ends up meeting Ben, then he'll be there for 10 more minutes. He's out by 10 a.m. If he goes in and he ends up meeting Wayne, then he'll be there till 10:15. And now let's look at Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So this is what we're looking at. 12th and 13th guys. On Monday, the guy with token number 12 will go here. 13 will go here. On Tuesday, guy with token number 12 will go here. 13 will go here. Sorry, on Wednesday. On Friday, the guy with token number 12 will go here. 13 will go here. So our man with token number 13, on Wednesday and Friday he'll meet Ben, and on Monday he'll meet Wayne. When he meets Wayne is when he has to stay inside for 25 minutes longest, or our answer is Monday. Wonderful question. So here if you notice, I've put in all our turning point time. 9, 9, 10, 9, 20, 9, 30 are there. 9, 9, 15, 9, 30, 9, 45 are there. 9, 9, 25, 9, 50 are there. So it helps to know each of those times how somebody will what is the new person coming in. But don't draw each of these sequences. Draw one overall sequence, and wherever this Ben, Kane, Wayne clash happens, then the room number will resolve it and say who is going to go first. Between these 1, 1, 1, which is 1, which is 2, which is 3 will be determined on what room numbers they have. And so on all days, token number 13 will enter at 9:50. That is clear. It was a nice number. Token number 13 enters at 9:50. That much is very clear. But at 9:50, he could enter and meet Ben or Wayne. So the day in which he'll end up meeting Wayne is the day in which he'll spend maximum time inside. On a slow Thursday, only 2 patients are waiting at 9 a.m. After that, 2 patients keep arriving at exact 15-minute intervals, starting at 9:15 a.m. So 9:15, 9:30, 9:45, 2 guys come in. The total duration in minutes when all 3 doctors are simultaneously free. So this is on Thursday. On Thursday, what is the sequence of doctors? Thursday is Wayne, Ben, and Kane. So WBK. So Wayne takes 25 minutes, Ben takes 10 minutes, Kane takes 10 minutes. So at 9 o'clock, the 2 people come, 1 and 2, they go to Wayne and Ben. Then the total duration in minutes when all 3 doctors are simultaneously free. And so at 9 o'clock, they're not simultaneously free. Only Kane is free. Till 9:15, Kane will be free. At 9:15, 2 new patients come. 3 and 4. They'll go to Ben because Ben will be free. And 4 will go to Kane because Kane is also free. But Wayne is continuing on in this meeting. At 9:30, when 2 new patients come, Wayne will be free. 5 will sit here. Ben will also be free. So Ben will start. Straight away you notice that Ben is always going to have some patience. Because he takes only 10 minutes. So he's going to be free and he's a second room. So either the first patient who's waiting or the second patient waiting is always going to be there. So Ben is free from 9:10 to 9:15, 9:25 to 9:30, 9:40 to 9:45. That's the only time Ben is free. In this time, if both of them are also free, then we are through. Then we can find some cycle sitting there. Kane takes alternate slots. 9:15 to 9:30, he has a slot. 9:30 to 9:45, he's free. 9:45, when 2 new people come in, Wayne is occupied. Be 7, 8. Ben and Kane will both get patients. So 9:45 to 10 is free. 9:15 to 9:30, Kane is occupied. Fine. Brilliant. Now when is Wayne free? Wayne is free from 9:25 to 9:30. And then from 9:55 to 10, that's when Wayne is free. 5-minute windows, every alternate 15-minute slot. In the last 5 minutes, he's free. During that time slot, Ben is also free. The last 5 minutes, every alternate slot, they're both waiting, talking to each other. If Kane is also free, we are through. The 9:25 to 9:30 is when Kane is occupied. 9:55 to 10 is when Kane is occupied. And he's going to always be occupied in these windows. So that one time window of 5 minutes where Wayne and Ben are free, in that 5-minute slot, which comes every other slot in the second half, the last 1/3, that time Kane is definitely occupied. So all 3 of them, they think, okay, today let's catch a break when there are no customers, no patients. All 3 of us will go and put one tea and come. That ain't happening. So the total duration in minutes when all 3 doctors are simultaneously free is 0. At no time are all of them free.
Institutes and vendors. 4 institutes A, B, C, and D had contract with 4 vendors W, X, Y, and Z during the 10 calendar years from 2010 to 19. The contracts were either multi-year contracts running for several consecutive years or single-year contracts. No institute had more than 1 contract with the same vendor. However, in a calendar year, an institute may have had contracts with multiple vendors and a vendor may have had contracts with multiple institutes. So B could have been engaged with X and Y. W could have been engaged with B and D. Both are possible. It is known that over the decade, the institutes each got into 2 contracts with 2 of these vendors. And each vendor got into two contracts with two of these institutes. So A is linked to two of them, W and X, or X and Y, or Y and Z, or W and Z. Likewise, X could be linked to B and C, B and D. Each of these paired with two of these, each of these paired to kind of linked with two of those. Lovely, lovely. It's going to take us a while to wrap our head around this. Not one typical thing, because some longer contracts, shorter contracts, 1 year, multi-year, several things are being talked of here. Following facts are also known about these contracts. Vendor Z had at least one contract in every year, 2010 to 2019, all 10 years. Vendor X had one or more contracts in every year up to 2015, but no contract in any year after that. So 2010 to 15, 6 years, every year, but nothing beyond that. Vendor Y had contracts in 2010 and 19. W had contracts only in 2012. So this is a lovely, very powerful constraint. Only in 2012. There are 5 contracts in 2012, important here, 2 from W alone. Right? There were exactly 4 multi-year contracts. Institute B had a 7-year contract, D had a 4-year contract, A and C had 1 3-year contract each. The other 4 contracts were single-year contracts. So every institute, B has 1 7-year and 1 single year. D has 1 4-year and 1 single year. A has a 3-year and a single year. C has a 3-year and a single year. 7 and 1, 4 and 1, 3 and 1, 3 and 1. Lovely. Institute C had 1 or more contracts in 2012, but did not have any contract in 2011. Lovely. Institutes B and D each had exactly 1 contract in 2012. Institute D did not have any contract in 2010. Obviously not going to be able to remember all of these. I'm going to put together some of the very basic, maybe take the first 3, draw a broad diagram, and then take constraint by constraint and make it work for us. Fine. So I'm going to start with this. Vendor Z had at least 1 contract in every year. There's 2 contracts totally, at least 1 in every year. So something like this. And something like this. I'm not saying 2010, 11, 12, all the way till 19, it will be 10 years. I'm just going to broadly fill it in. I don't have that much space. So 2010, 12, that's why I put the dot in. Maybe 11 here, 13 here, 14 here, 16, 18, something will be filled in. Fine, so I'm just broadly putting in this. Vendor X had 1 or more contracts in every year up to 2015. So vendor X had something like this, something like this. And so Z should have had a long contract because he has to cover 10 years. So A, C, D have 3-year, 4-year contracts. Only B has a 7-year contract. That has to be there, right, with vendor Z. Right? Vendor Y had contracts in 2010 and 19. So Y should have had something like this and something like this. Some from 2010 onward, some till 2019. W had contracts only in 2012. This is easy. 2012. But there's a framework. We've got this put in. And so this should be your 7-year thing. We've already seen that. Or this, one of these two. Because you need to cover 10 years. We can't cover with 3 and 4, 4 and 3, none of that. So the 7-year thing has to come here. The other one should be a 3-year or a 4-year thing. If it's a 3-year, there's no overlap. If it's a 4-year, there will be a 1-year overlap. That's all right. We can have overlap. That's what we've been told. So that one inference we can make. This is a 3-year or a 4-year contract. These are all could be longer or short ones. Right? Some of them have to be single-year ones because there are 4 single-year ones. We've located 2 single-year contracts, but there are 4 totally. So 2 more single-year contracts have to come somewhere here. Lovely. Let's build ahead. And we put this broadly. We don't know where it ends. I'm not saying this ends with 2016. I'm not saying this starts with 2013. None of that. Just put some broad framework in, and then we'll go dig deeper and deeper. We had a contract with Z. That much we know for sure. So if it had been this, B would have taken from 2010 to 2016. This would be from 2010 to 16. If it had been this, should end with 2019. Should have started with 2013. One of these two. Right? Lovely. 10 to 16 or 13 to 19. Let's look at this. B and D had exactly 1 contract in 2012. So B had a contract in 2012. So if it had started, if it had this one, you would have run from 13 to 19. So B should have run from 2010 to 16. And so squeezing in another 2012 for B somewhere else is tricky. Chances are it ran from 2010 to 16. This being 13 to 19 and one other 2012 alone for B is a possibility. I'm not closing the door on that. We'll come to that. We'll revisit that. One of these being 2012 being B and the second half being B. That is another possibility. We have to keep that in mind. But I'm not shutting the door on that, but I'm starting by saying B should have run from 2010 to 16, the long one. Each had exactly one contract in 2012. Institute D did not have any contract in 2010. B needed to be the 7-year-old contract. So B had to have Z. So B in Z 2010 to 16 is a possibility. If it had been from 13 to 19 and one of these two had been B, that's another possibility. We'll come to that later on. And so I'm going to fill with this and then see if that gets eliminated. If this gets eliminated, we'll come back to that. So B should have run from 2010 to 16. Lovely. So we made this inference. B is 7-year and 1 year, D 4-year and 1 year, C 3-year and 1 year, A 3-year and 1 year. So we know Institute C had one or more contracts in 2012, but did not have any contract in 2011. C is not here, that much we know. C, if it had included 2012 from here, it would have had 11 also. So not this. 2012, if it had in X, it would have had to go up till 2015. So from 12 to 15 is a 4-year window. So not this. It could not have been this. So one of these two is C. One of the contracts that W has is C. And that has to be 2012. And C does not have any 2011. So it could not have been this anyway. Not this, not this, not this. Could not have been this. One of these two should be C. We'll hang on to that. We'll come back to that. And so we've got that part covered. If one of these two has to be C, that automatically means B here and C in the beginning couldn't have worked. And so 2010 to 16, if it had been 13 to 19 with B here, then C would have had to be there. That's not possible. Right? Lovely, because 2010, 11, 12, C could not have been there because C does not have 2011 in it. Straight away, that other stream has been eliminated. Lucky, we jumped onto this and then we matter-of-factly manner, we have eliminated the other one. So C had a contract with W. C's second contract with either Z or Y. One of these two. Let's build on this. Institute D did not have any contract in 2010. D could have had a contract from X from 12 to 15 or with W for 2012. Either here or here because D has a 4-year contract. I mean either this 4-year contract from 12 to 15 or this 2012 alone. We are not able to dig deeper than that, but we know that D had a contract in 2012 and did not have any contract in 2010. So either this or this. So let's keep on. We'll keep that in mind. We'll find the other constraint and then come back to this. There are 4 single-year contracts. It's a very interesting constraint. 4 single-year contracts. Definitely Z does not have a single-year contract. That we know. Definitely X cannot have a single-year contract because X runs for a 6-year period. It could be 3 plus 3 or 3 plus 4. It cannot be something plus 1 because only one which runs for more than 6, that is B, has already been taken care of. So X does not have a single-year contract. W has 2. That means the other 2 should be Y. That means this is there only for 2010 and this is there only for 2019. Only 2010, only 2019. So both contracts of Y are single-year contracts, one in first year, one in the last year. Lovely. So Y we have filled which years they are in, which leaves us with the 4 single-year contracts have been taken care of. There are 2 3-year contracts and 1 4-year contract to fill. And so it's going to be in the 4-year. These 2 could have been 3 years, or one of these is 4 years, and other and this are 3 years. 2 3-year contracts and 1 4-year contract remain to be filled. We'll have to keep that in mind. Right? Lovely. Now let's go to them. There are 5 contracts in 2012. Beautiful. W's 2 come into the picture. 2 of Y do not come into the picture. This one from Z cannot come into the picture. This is definitely included. So for 2012 5 contracts, we've got 2 from W and 1 from Z. We need 2 more. That is not coming from Y. It has to come from X, or X has to run till 2012. X has to start from 2012. This has to be 2012 to 2015. This has to be 2010 to 2012, which means this is a 3-year contract. This is a 4-year contract. This is a 3-year contract. But that's what is remaining. This 4-year contract has to be from D, because only D has a 4-year contract. So this comes from D. That means D has one thing coming in 2012. This cannot be from D. And so that means D 2012 to 15 here, A or C, one of these two comes here, and then we need to fill the 1-year contract numbers. And so let's build on this. B has a 1-year contract. This has to be with Y, one of these two. B cannot be this. Either this or this is B. That's the other inference we are making. Lovely. Let's fill this in. So this should be D. We've already done that. This is A/C. This is C/A. Even that inference we can make straight away, because we know one crucial part about C. C does not have a contract in 2011. That means this is A and this is C. So we've got B 1 contract, C's 1 contract, A 2010 to 12, D 2010 to 15. These two need to be filled. This is C, this we need to fill. Lovely, so far so good. Let's build on this. So C did not have a contract in 2011, so that should be C. This is A. D did not have a contract in 2010, so the 2010 1-year contract, this could not have been D, or this is D, this is B, because B has to have had a contract with Y. This is D, this is B. That means the remaining 2012 1-year contract should have been A. That is C, this is A. Why this is not C? Because C did not have a contract in 2011. Why this is not B? Because B had only 1 contract in 2012. That's already accounted for. Right? Why this is not D? Same reason. This is 2012 to 15. That is there. D did not have a contract in 2010. So this is not D. That is D. If that is D, remaining is B. So we pretty much resolved the whole thing. We know exactly which years the contracts were in, and we know exactly who has signed it. So we mapped X, Y, Z, W to A, B, C, D, and mapped the years also on top of that. Nice tricky set, not easy. It took me a while to solve it, especially because the language is vague. There's 1-year contract, multiple contracts, consecutive years. I made a couple of mistakes. So it took me on a nice round trip. So it's not tough, but many variables to keep in mind. Right? Lovely. Now let's jump to the question. In which of the following years were there 2 or more contracts? 2017, only 1. There's no overlap between these two. 18, only 1. 16, only 1. 15, this and this 2, done. Contract with Z and B, contract with D and X. Which of the following is true? B had a contract with Y in 2019. No, that was D. D had a contract with X in 2011. With X, no, from 2012 to 15. This is not true. This is not true. B had a contract with Z in 2017. No, that is C. D had a contract with Y in 2019. Yeah, this works. This is the one we're talking about. Lovely. Next one. In how many years during this period was there only 1 contract? Not 2010, that's ruled out. Not 2011. 2010, 11, 12, all 3 are there. 13, 14, 15, this and this are there. So till 2015 we can rule out. 2016, yeah, that works. 2016 only B was there. 2017 only C, that also works. 2018 only C, that also works. 2019 there are 2 again, C and D. So 3 years. Choice here. What best can be concluded about the number of contracts in 2010? 2010 there is Z and along Z and B, X and A, Y and B. How many contracts were there? Exactly 3. Not at least 3. Exactly 3. We know the exact number. Why should we say at least 3? Which institute had multiple contracts during the same year? Multiple contracts during the same year. B had, definitely. A had. D did not have. C did not have B and A only, A and B only. Done. Which institutes and vendors had more than one contract in any year? Which institutes and vendors? We've already done this. Institutes, B has in 2010, A has in 2012. So A and B are in. We need to think about W, X, Y, Z. Z does not have any overlap. 2010 to 16, 17 to 19. X, 12 to 15, 10 to 12. X has to be in. Y, there's no overlap. W is definitely in because W had only 2 contracts, but both were in 2012. We're looking for a choice that says A, B, X, W. Not this, no D. A, B, W, and X. This terminal. The Humanities Department of a college is planning to organize 8 seminars, one for each of the 8 doctoral students, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. 8 seminars, 8 students. 4 are from economics, 3 from sociology, and 1 from anthropology. 8 students, 3 departments, 4, 3, 1. Each student is guided by one among P, Q, R, S, and T. So 5 professors, 8 students. 2 students are guided by each of P, R, and T, while 1 student is guided by each of Q and S. 3 into 2, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Each student is guided by a guide belonging to their department. All good so far. 8 students, 3 departments, 4, 3, 1. Each student guided by 1 professor. 2 students by P, R, and T. 1 each by Q and S. The 1 professor here, Q or S, should be a sociology professor. 1 student straight away. And I think, sorry, not sociology, anthropology. 1 from anthropology. Each seminar is to be scheduled in one of 4 consecutive 30-minute slots starting at 9, 9:30, 10, and 10:30. 4 slots. We have 8 students. Let's read this. More than 1 seminar can be scheduled in a slot, luckily, provided the guide is free, obviously. Only 3 rooms are available, hence at the most 3 seminars can be scheduled in a slot. Students are guided by the same guide, must be scheduled in consecutive slots. The guide doesn't want to go out and come back. All simple so far. 4 slots and 8 meetings and 8 seminars. So maximum of 3 in each slot. So there'll be some empty slots as well. Right? Lovely. The following additional facts are known. Seminars by students from economics are scheduled in each of the 4 slots. Lovely. So economics 1, 2, 3, 4, all 4 are going to be there in each of those slots. A is the only seminar that's scheduled for 10 a.m. A is guided by R. A is guided by R as only seminar for 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. there's 1 seminar, that is A. A is an economics student and A is guided by R. This is lovely. F is an anthropology student whose seminar is scheduled at 10:30 a.m. 10:30 is the last slot. An anthropology student. So F should have been guided by Q or S. Because they are the ones who have only 1 student each. P, R, T have 2 students each. There's only 1 anthropology student. It should be Q or S. That's good. The seminar of a sociology student is scheduled at 9. The first slot is sociology. So 9 a.m. slot is economics and sociology. 10:30 a.m. slot is economics and anthropology. Something else could be there as well. The 10 a.m. slot, there's only 1 economics slot by A. So far, so good. B and G are both sociology students whose seminars are scheduled in the same slot. Lovely. B and G, same slot, sociology. The seminar of an economics student who is guided by T is also scheduled in the same slot. So T, B and G, and 1 other student who's guided by T, there are 3 to a slot. 2 sociology and 1 economics student. And this is obviously not the 10 a.m. slot because A is sitting there. It is not the 10:30 slot because there's an anthropology student there. There cannot be 4. It could be the 9 a.m. slot. It could be the 9:30 a.m. slot. We still don't know that. P, who's guiding both B and C, has students scheduled in the first 2 slots. So P guides both B and C. B is a sociology student. So C should also be a sociology student. And P guides B and C. B, C, G are all sociology students because B and G are both sociology students. And P is guiding B and C. B, C, G are all sociology students. F is anthropology. The remaining should be economics. A and G are scheduled in 2 consecutive slots. Lovely. I think there's a lot of information here. We're going to get one nice complete grid, and then it should be easy to answer. I'm going to capture this. I'm going to say, I'm going to put the students in one pot, the teachers in one pot, the time slots in one pot, the meeting schedule. And so economics are scheduled in each of the 4 slots. So let's say this is economics 1, economics 2, eco 3, eco 4. We know that AS is the only one at 3 p.m. So this is A scheduled by R. And A is an economics student. R is an economics professor. F is an anthropology student. So F here, and F is going to be guided by Q or S. They are the ones who are doing only one student. And one of them should be for F, the other should be for sociology. Because there are 2 professors, there are 4 professors, 2, 2, 2, 1 remaining. 4 economic students, only 3 sociology. So P, T, R, 2 of those 3 will be for economics. Other one and Q/S will be for sociology. Fine? Lovely. The seminar of sociology student is scheduled at 9 a.m. So this is a sociology student sitting here. B and G are both sociology students whose seminars are scheduled in the same slot. Seminar of an economic student who is guided by T is also scheduled in the same slot. So B, C, G are sociology students. So B, C, G, sociology. F is anthropology. So the remaining A, D, E, H. A, D, E and H put together, A, D, E, H are going to be are economic students. Lovely. A and G are scheduled in 2 consecutive slots. A is here, so G should be either here or here, one of the 2. I think there's already a giveaway there sitting there. Let's put some basic things in. This is F, economics is A, B, C, G are together, A, D, E, H are together. We've already made these inferences. We've filled in economic 1, 2, third one is this is 4, F is given to Q/S, and S/Q will be doing the other third sociology student. So this inference we have made, sociology, P is a sociology professor mentoring B and C. Lovely. So P is sociology, R and T should be economics. Q and S, one of them should be for sociology, the other should be for anthropology. All good so far. T is the professor mentoring 2 students. He's an economics professor mentoring 2. One of QS should be anthropology, the other should be sociology. Now, key point here, A and G are scheduled in 2 consecutive slots. This is very crucial because if A is here, G should be here or here. Okay? We know that if G were here, then in the same slot as B and C and the other economic students, one second, B and G are sociology students whose seminars are scheduled in the same slot. And so B and C in the same slot. B and C are guided by P. So B, G go in the same slot. C should be in the adjacent slot because the professor will come at the same times. So if this were G, then B and C would have to be here. That's not possible. Or it's clear the G should be here, which means, give me a second, let me just check. G should be here, which means B and G should be here and C should go right on top. Key thing is to locate G. Once we locate G, everything else falls in place. G cannot be here because G and C, BC, should be on adjacent slot. Because G and B are in the same slot, B and C are in adjacent slot. That's not possible here, so G should be here. That builds everything else after that. G should be in slot 2 or 4. B and G are together, so G cannot be in slot 4. And so B and G go here. Slot 2 is the one with 3 students. We have 2, 3, 2, 1. 2, 3, 1, 2. 2 students in this slot, 3 in this, 1 in this, 2 in this, adding up to 8. Now, once we have this, everything else we can put in place. B and G in this slot, C goes here. B is mentored by P, C is mentored by P. We have F mentored by Q/S, G by the remaining S/Q. C should be in slot 1. We've already put that. These both get taken by T. These both get taken by R. C is in slot 1. T should be teaching slot 2. And so T, B, G. T is in the same slot where B and G go in. So T sits here. And we have D, E, and H remaining for echo. So D, E, H in some order go here in echo 1, 2, 4. We know G is mentored by S or Q, the opposite, the other one, missing one based on F. B, G, and C are sociology professors. B and C are mentored by P. G, we don't know, S or Q, Q or S, depending on which one F is mentoring. Right? I don't think we can get further detail than this. I think we are pretty much covered. Eco 1 and 2 by T, Eco 4 by R, A is governed by R, C and B sociology students by under P's guidance, G is a sociology student with S or Q, F would be Q or S, the other one teaching there. Lovely. Let's look at the question. Which of the following statements is true? Only one seminar is scheduled in the second slot. No, second slot has 3. So this is wrong. 3 seminars are scheduled in the last slot. No, 2. 3 seminars are scheduled in the first slot. No, only 2. 2 seminars are scheduled in the first slot. Yeah, that is correct. One is the economics by T, another sociology by P. Who are all not guiding any economic students? T and R are guiding economic students, not guiding P, Q, and S. P is governing sociology. Q and S, one is sociology, other is anthropology. P, Q, and S. Yep, that's here. Done. Which of the following statements is necessarily true? Q is guiding G, not necessarily. It could be S guiding G, Q guiding F, not true. H is an economic student. Yeah, A, D, E, H are economic students. This is true. B is scheduled in the first slot. No, B is scheduled in the second slot. It is necessarily not true. S is guiding F. No, we don't know. The F and G are guided by S and Q. That much we know. Who is guiding F? Who is guiding G? That we don't know. So not true. Not true. These two are not necessarily true. This one is definitely not true. This is true. If D is scheduled in a slot later than Q's, then which of the following 2 statements are true? D is scheduled later than Q. To start with, then this cannot be Q, because then it cannot happen afterwards. That means this is Q and this is S. F is guided by S, G is guided by Q. D is scheduled later than Q. That means this is D. A, E, D, H are remaining. E and H go here. That can be in any order, but G is guided by Q, F is guided by S, D is guided by R. That much we know. E and H are guided by T. Yeah, that is true. They go in some order in slot 1 and slot 2, but they're guided by T. G is guided by Q. Yeah, that is true. Neither 1 nor 2, both 1 and 2, only 1. Both 1 and 2, both are true. If E and Q are both scheduled in the same slot, E and Q are both scheduled in the same slot, then which of the following statement best describes the relation between D, H, and T? E and Q are in the same slot. Okay, this could be E, this could be Q, or this could be E, this could be Q. Both are possible. It told the same slot, but the same slot could be the 9:30 slot or the 10:30 slot. Let's try both. Let's put this as E, put this as Q, in which case this would be S. That is one possibility. Or put this as E, put this as Q, in which case this will be S. And so, lovely. So A and E get taken care of. D and H will go here. A and D get taken care of. D and H would be here. Lovely. We've filled everything in. Let's go to this. At least one of D and H is guided by T. At least one of, yeah. D slash H could go here. The other would go here. D and H could go here in some order. Yeah, this one seems to be true. But I'm going to look at the others as well. Both D and H are guided by T. Not necessarily. It could be D here and H here. This need not be true. Neither D nor H is guided by T. Not possible. This is D or H. This is H or D. One of the two has to go. In this case, D and H both are mentored by T. So this is not true. Exactly one of D and H is guided by T. Not true. Because if we have this scenario, then D and H would be guided by T, not one of the two. This is also not true. At least one of D and H. It could be D or H here, or D and H here. So T could be guiding just D, just H, or D and H. All three possibilities exist, which means statement A is true, others need not be true. If D is scheduled in the slot immediately before Qs, D immediately before Qs, this could not be Q because this can't be D. That means this should be Q. So G is guided by Q, F is guided by S, this student is D, D is guided by T. That much we know. Which of the following is not necessarily true? G is guided by Q, that is necessarily true. That is definitely true. D is guided by true, necessarily true. D is guided by T, necessarily true. F is guided by S, necessarily true. E is guided by R. E and H are remaining. Could be E here, H here, or the other way around. So E could be guided by T and H could be guided by R. E guided by R, not necessarily true. That's a choice we are looking for. Once we get that overall grid, the set becomes easy. This has been the set to attack in that slot because it's 6 questions. Not that difficult. Once you go past that initial thing, we're just waltzing. And there are several variants available, but once you've got the framework, the variants take care of themselves. Let's do the next one. A visa processing office, VPO, accepts visa applications in 4 categories: US, UK, Schengen, and others. The applications are scheduled for processing in 20 15-minute slots starting at 9 a.m. and ending at 2 p.m. I didn't read this 20, and I had to derive 20, and I was a little unsure throughout. 20 15-minute slots. So 9 to 10 is 4 slots, 5 hours of 4 slots each, 20 slots. Yeah, nice. 10 applications are scheduled for in each slot. Okay. 4 categories, 10 applications in each slot. Nice. There are 10 counters in the office, 4 dedicated to US, 2 each for UK, Schengen, and others. Applicants are called in for processing sequentially on a first come, first served basis. They come in whenever a counter gets freed for their category. So if I'm in the UK counter, if my counter is free, I look up and go, who's here? 3 people are here. Who came first? Whose appointment was there in the first slot? Who came first in that sequence? I'll call them in. The processing time for an application is the same within each category. That is, the US could have 14 minutes per visa, UK could have 11 minutes, others could have 7 minutes, and Schengen could have 19 minutes. Right? But it may vary across the categories. Each US and UK application requires 10 minutes of processing time. That's given. US application, UK application, 10 minutes each. Depending on the number of applications in a category and the time required to process an application for that category, it is possible that an applicant for a slot may be processed later. Yeah. If Schengen application time is 19 minutes, and there are 2 people that come here, there are 2 slots in Schengen, the slot is only 15 minutes, it will spill over. If it spills over, I'll take them up in the next slot. On a particular day, Ira, Vijay and Nandini were scheduled for Schengen visa processing in that order. Ira first, Vijay second, Nandini third. They came in, entered in that order, or they were scheduled in that order. They had a 9:15 a.m. slot, but entered the VPO at 9:20 a.m. 9:15 a.m. slot, entered at 9:20 in the order Ira, Vijay and Nandini for Schengen. When they entered the office, exactly 6 out of the 10 quarters were either processing applications or had finished processing one and ready to start processing the next. So they were either processing, they were in the middle of processing, or they were ready and waiting for the next one to come. They finished processing one, they were ready for the next one to come at 9:20. The other way of thinking about it is 4 of the counters at 9:20 are not processing anything. And so they're kind of free and not ready to take the next application. They're free and waiting. Free and taking a break, not waiting for the next one. Mahira and Osman were scheduled in the 9:30 a.m. slot on that day for visa processing in the others category. So these 3 are for Schengen,
Those two are for others. The following additional information is known about that day. All slots were full. And all slots were full. It was a packed day. People are running out of the country to holiday. And the economy should be doing well. Or they are running out of the country to run out of the country, in which case the economy is not doing well. Fine. So let's not worry about that. The number of US applications was the same in all the slots. The same was true for other three categories. So in one slot, there are 4 US applicants. All throughout each slot, there are 4 US applicants. A slot is 9 to 9:15, 9:15 to 9:30, 9:30 to 9:45, something like that. 50% of the applications were US applicants. This is super useful. There are 10 counters, 20 slots, totally 200 applicants totally on that day. 10 into 20, 200. Out of the 200, half were for US. 100 applicants are there for US. All applicants except Ira, Vijay and Nandini arrived on time. That's so embarrassing for them, not for us. Vijay was called to a counter at 9:25 a.m. And so this is important. This is probably going to be important in figuring out how exactly the internal sequence work when you draw what can be called a Gantt chart. And how does the processing come? When does one enter? When does one leave? If you're doing all that, then I think this is where it comes in. US, UK, Schengen, others. Right? Now 15-minute slot, 9 to 9:15, 9:50, 9:30 and so on. Right? I'm calling this a slot, each of this a counter. That's the language they're using. So 10 counters, 20 slots, 200 applications. Right? Lovely. First come, first serve, each US and UK. We've captured all this. All slots were full. This all slots were full threw me off in this question. All slots were full. There are 10 applicants in each slot. 200 totally. 10 counters, 10 applicants in each slot. So the way the math is working is totally 20 into 10. 200 applications get processed in that day. Half of them are US, so 100 are US. Equal number of applicants came in each slot. 100 divided by 20 is 5. 5 US applicants came in each slot. And so out of the total 200, 100 were US. All slots were full. This threw me off dramatically, and I'll tell you why. All slots were full. What they mean in this question is 20 slots, each having 10 applicants each. So 200 applicants totally. If you had 200 applicants, I would say you have 200 applicants. If you have 10 applicants in each slot, I would say you have 10 applicants in each slot. Suppose you say all slots were full. My brain processes it as 4 US applicants, 2 UK applicants, 2 Schengen, 2 others. These have to be full. If I have a counter not full, then I would say the slot is not full. And that's not what they meant. They meant in this question, 20 slots, 10 applicants each. Each slot, there are 10 applicants. This is a slot. Each slot, there are 10 applicants. 5 of them are US. 10 applicants totally. That's what they meant. I was really thrown off by this completely. I simply couldn't wind my head around. 10 slots, only 4 are US. In each slot, 5 American applicants are there. Those 5 have to be accommodated in this 4. Only 5 others are there. 6 counters. How in the wide world is this slot full? That's my thought process, and I got hammered at there. I just simply couldn't recover from there. Right. Anyway, so 20 slots each having 10 applicants each. US applicants are 100, 5 per slot. Now, we know that Ira, Vijay and Nandini applied for Schengen. So, in that, and their slot was 9:15 a.m. So, in the 9:50 to 9:30 thing, there were 3 Schengen applicants. That means in one slot, there were at least 3 Schengen applicants. Because these 3 are Schengen, maybe 2 more were Schengen, at least 3 in each slot. Remember, in each slot, number of applications from each category is a constant. So, in any one given slot, number of US applicants is 5. Number of Schengen applicants is at least 3. So, in one slot, at least 3. This slot, at least 3. This slot, at least 3. Should be all equal. All 3 or all 4. US applicants, 5.
Fine. And so on. And we know that two people, M and O, Mushira and Osman, yeah, maybe I'm mixing up the names, they came for the 9:30 slot. Sorry, Mahira and Osman were scheduled for the 9:30 slot for others. That means 9:30 slot. At least two, that means at least two, and so on. Totally there are 10, 5 are US, at least 3 are Schengen, at least 2 are others. Adding up to 10 is exactly 3, exactly 2. Breakthrough. That means after 10 applicants coming in each slot, 5 are US applicants, 3 are Schengen, 2 are others, which means 0 UK applicants are there. And so I had a tough time winding my head around that, because that means this slot, at least 3 and at least 2, that means a UK applicant slot completely throughout is at 0. There's no applicant coming from UK to the 2 UK counters. And so at least 2 are from others, at least 3 are from Schengen, 5 are from US for sure. 5 plus 3 plus 2 is 10, we have only 10. It's exactly 5 for US, exactly 3 for Schengen, exactly 2 for others, nothing for UK. Nice. Processing time for the US is 10 minutes. UK is 10 minutes, but we don't care. For Schengen and others, we don't know. Vijay is called in at 9:25. So he comes at 9:20 and he's called in at 9:25. And so Vijay is the applicant number 5 for Schengen, because he comes at a 9:15 slot, but he's after Ira. Ira is the 4th applicant, Vijay is the 5th applicant from Schengen. Lovely. How many UK applications were scheduled on that day? 0. Fine. In my head, I simply couldn't reconcile the fact that there were 0 UK applicants and all slots were full. I would look at this and go, at any point of time, the 2 guys sitting in the UK counter are Vela. How can we say the slot is full? But hey, my silly interpretation is not the way to go. The textbook way is this. If I were setting the paper, I would make it far less ambiguous. They're not letting me set the paper, at least not yet. That day shall soon come. Fine. Lovely. So enough of the whining, enough of the rant. Let's go to the next one. What is the maximum possible value of the total time required to process all applications in the others category on that day? Very nice question. Very nice question. So we have to use some of the other information. So Vijay or Vinod, Vijay goes in at 9:25, but Vijay is in the Schengen category. That's not going to give me something about others. When Ira, Vijay and Nandini come in, 6 counters are working. Right? 6 counters are working, of which 4 are US and the 2 UK ones are not working at 9:20. The 2 UK ones are not working. They're never working. I mean, it's not a statement against British employees. Just saying, in this instance, the UK counters are not working. The US workers, 9 to 9:10, they have somebody. 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 The 5th guy that comes from the US applicant in slot 1 is also going to be working. And slot 2, these are all slot 1. The slot 2 guys would have come in at 9:15 and gone in here, gone in here, gone in here. Then the other slot 2 guy would have gone here. This is 2, 2, 2, 2. 9:20 to 9:30 tends here. Oopsie, let me just check that out. And so the US counters at 9:20 are all occupied. They're all, if you had come at 9:13, there have been 3 guys who are unoccupied. Possible. But at 9:20, all 4 of them are occupied. They are addressing something. They are either in the middle or just ready to welcome the next person. Waiting, ready to fire. UK ones are not there at all. 2 other counters, 6 out of the 10 counters were occupied. In Schengen, these 3 people come at 9:20 and they are not taken in. Ira, Vijay and Nandini. Maybe one of them is taken in, but Vijay goes only at 9:25. He comes in at 9:20.
the counter were free, he would have gone in, right? For sure. That means he couldn't go in. That means 9:20, the two Schengen counters were occupied. Maybe Ira got in, but definitely not Vijay, therefore not Nandini. So the two Schengen counters in some sequence, like this, some sequence, they were also occupied at 9:20. Nice. Now let's come to others. So 6 counters were occupied or ready to fire, which is US and Schengen. UK is out of the picture, nobody's working. In the other category, at 9:20, the other categories were twiddling their thumbs, which means the 9:15 applications are already done, which means the 9 o'clock application didn't spill over. The 9 o'clock application had spilled over beyond 9:15, then there's no way in hell they'll be unoccupied. The 9 o'clock meeting itself goes till 9:16. The moment it gets over, the 9:15 guys will come. So the time taken is definitely less than 15. So the two guys in the other category, they get over really quickly. 9:15, two new guys come, the counter is empty, they go in and start. They also complete by 9:20. So by 9:20, they're also completing. That means the category time taken for others is less than or equal to 5 minutes. 9:15 to 9:20 maximum. But at 9:20, the two others go, you guys are saying, done for this 15 minutes, 10 minutes ka rest leta hu, fine. Happy to wait and happy to enjoy myself. And so that's what the other category is saying. So the time taken per other visa is less than or equal to 5. The maximum possible total time nearest to its integer value requires to process all applications in the other category. In each slot, there are 2 others applications, 10 slots, so there are 20 others applications. Maximum time taken is 5 per application, 100 minutes. 20 slots per counter, 40 slots totally, 100 minutes each. Total time is 200 minutes. So less than or equal to 5 minutes. Maximum time taken per other category person is 5. There are 20 slots in the day. So each counter can possibly process for 20 into 500 minutes. 2 counters, 100 plus 100, 200. 100 here, 100 here. 200 minutes is the maximum they are working. Still a good place to work. Which of the following is the closest to the time when Nandini's application process got over? Nice. Nandini is from the Schengen category and Vijay gets his shot at 9:25. Very interesting. So all of them come in at 9:20 and at 9:20 Vijay does not automatically get a slot. He gets only at 9:25. But he gets at 9:25. And so the 3 people who come to Schengen, drawn a line here to show where the US thing ends, equal slots. We're going to do this something similar to Schengen. US have drawn because I know it's 10-minute chunks. Schengen, we don't know how much it is, but I can sense that it is less than 15 minutes. If they're more than 15 minutes, then it goes on till here, it goes on till here, and then the person 3 is waiting, that person comes, takes here, then Ira comes in, even at 9:20, Vijay can't get called at 9:25. Impossible. Ira has come in at 9:20, Ira will start at 9:20 earliest. This will be more than 9:30, that will be more than 9:30 for Ira to finish. No way Vijay can start at 9:25. Vijay is the 5th applicant, remember. So it's not more than 15. And so it's some number less than 15. So let's say candidate 1 goes here, 2 goes here. Candidate 3 from the Schengen slot who came at 9 a.m. will go immediately here. Nice. Candidate 4 is Ira. She could not have gone before 9:15. She would have gotten to go at exactly 9:15. However, she comes only at 9:20. So she couldn't have gone at 9:15. She'll start at 9:20 and go here. It'll go beyond or finish within, that we don't know. This is candidate number 4, which is Ira. Now candidate number 5 and 6 are in by 9:20. And then at 9:20, Vijay doesn't get to go in. Vijay has not gone in, Nandini has not gone in. That we know for sure. Vijay goes in at this time slot. This is candidate 5. This is Vijay. Vijay goes in and enters exactly at 9:25. Right? And then candidate 6 will start from here, end here. This is Nandini. I don't know whether it will end before or after. I don't know. I've just drawn an approximate thing. Now, before Vijay goes in, 2 candidates have gone in, and they've gone in back to back with no gap in between, mind you, because 3 candidates have come in the first slot. After 1 finishes, 3 goes in immediately. And he starts at 9:25. In the first 25 minutes, 2 candidates get processed. Brilliant. So this length is 12.5 minutes. This is 12.5. This is 12.5. This is 12.5. Vijay goes in at 9:25, gets completed by 9:37.5. Candidate number 2 goes at 9, finishes by 9:12.5. Ira should have started by 9:15, but starts only at 9:20. So Ira starts at 9:20, ends at 9:32.5, which is when Nandini starts. She starts at 9:32.5. She'll finish at 9:45. As it turns out, at that exact line, it should have been here. I didn't know exactly, so I was drawing away. Which I have drawn till here. You might have drawn till here, but the math tells us that Nandini starts her meeting at 9:32.5 and finishes it at 9:45. 1 and 2, 3, and then 4 starts at 9:20. 5 sits here, 6 goes there, beyond. It turns out that 5 ends at 9:37.5. Yeah, 9:37.5. 6 begins at 9:32.5, ends at 9:45. Which of the following statements is false? The application process was Mahira was completed before Nandini's. Process of Osman was completed before Vijay's. Process of Osman was completed before 9:45. Application process of Mahira was started after Nandini's. Look at this. We've gone the Nandini chart. The others chart is very simple. At 9, 2 people, 9:15, 2 people, 9:30, 2 people, 9:45, 2 people. Okay? And each of them gets completed in fewer than 5 minutes. And the application process Mahira was completed before Nandini's. Mahira starts at 9:30. Yeah, Nandini ends at 9:45. Definitely. This is true. For sure. The application process was Osman was completed before Vijay's. Vijay's ends at 9:37.5. Osman should have been finished before 9:35, less than or equal to 5 minutes. True. The application process was Osman was completed before 9:45. Yeah, before 9:35. On or before 9:35. True. The application process of Mahira started after Nandini's. Nandini starts at 9:32.5. Mahira starts at 9:30 before Nandini's. This is false. This is an answer choice. When did application processing for all US applicants get over on that day? Oh, it's a pain. We'll have to figure this out step by step. We've drawn the idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Slot 1 at 9:20. At 9:10. At 9:10, 4 applicants get finished. And then the 5th applicant alone starts at 9:10. The next slot's 5 applicants, that is applicant number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 overall, they don't start immediately because they enter only at 9:15. So this will be 3 people from the second slot that come. The 4th one will start straight away at 9:20. 5th one will end like this. 1, 2, 3 get over, starting at 9:15, ending at 9:25. 4 starts at 9:20, ends at 9:30. 5 starts at 9:25, ends at 9:35. Nice. In the 3rd slot, 1, 2, 3 start exactly at 9:30. 4 will start here, and 5 will go here. The next slot, 1, 2, 3 will be here. 4 will be here. 5 will be here. 1, 2, 3, 4 here, 5 here. So think about it. If you pause and process, we see that 3 start on time, end on time nicely. 4th one starts 5 minutes late but ends within the time slot. 5th one has to be done necessarily after finishing 1 when the time slot meeting starts in that stretch. So 1 will spill over. The 5th applicant at 9:45 will end only after 10, exactly at 10:05. The 5th applicant from 9:30 will end at 9:35. The 5th applicant from 9 o'clock will end at 9:20. The 5th applicant from 9:30 will end at 9:50. So every slot spills over by 5 minutes. So when did the applicant process for all US applicants get over that day? 2:05 p.m. The final slots ends at 2 p.m. 5 people would have come at 1:45. 3 of them will finish by 1:55. 1 guy will finish at 2. 1 counter alone will finish at 2:05. So all applicants will end at 2:05 p.m. 4 neighborhoods in a city: Lebmisto, Tirmisto, Pesmisto, and Kitmisto. LTPK for us. During the onset of a pandemic, the number of new cases of a disease in each of these neighborhoods was recorded over a period of 5 days. Nice. On each day, the number of new cases recorded in any of the neighborhoods was 0, 1, 2, or 3. Nice, simple neighborhoods, not yet a major pandemic. I get 0, 1, 2, 3. The following facts are also known. There was at least 1 new case in every neighborhood on day 1. 1, 1, 1, 1 minimum. On each of the 5 days, there were more new cases in Kitmisto than in Pesmisto. K greater than P every day. The number of new cases in the city in a day kept increasing during the 5-day period. Day 1 and then day 2 is higher, day 3 is higher, day 4 is higher, day 5 is even higher. The number of new cases on day 3 was exactly 1 more than that on day 2. K plus 1. The maximum number of new cases in a day in Pesmisto was 2, and this happened only once during the 5-day stay. So Pesmisto had 2s and then only 1s and 0s. 1, 2, rest are all 1s and 0s. Maximum was 2 and only on 1 day. Kitmisto was the only place to have 3 new cases on day 2. Day 2, 3 new cases, only Kitmisto. The total number of new cases in Lebmisto, Tirmisto, Pesmisto, and Kitmisto over the 5-day period were 12, 12, 5, and 14 respectively. Oh, nice. Total case numbers are given. This is going to be super powerful because 12, 12, 5, 14. Why is this super interesting for us? Because 5 is super small, 14 is super high. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 over 5 days is 15. 14 is just 1 short of that. This should be 3, 3, 3, 3, 2. Super powerful. 1 day is 2, every other day is 3. Super powerful. 5 is Pesmisto. Pesmisto had only 2s, 1, 2, and only 1s and 0s. So 3 1s and a 0. These two are obviously going to be tricky. 4 3s and a 0 could be there. 3 3, 2 2 2 could be there. These two are slightly tricky if you're going to stay away from them for this. The good that we've cracked these two. That number is a big giveaway. Day 1 greater than or equal to 1. Each of the days, Kitmisto greater than Pesmisto. Greater than or equal to 1, greater than or equal to 1, greater than or equal to 1. This should be greater than or equal to 2. This is 1, this is 2. Minimum. Add all of this up, A is greater than or equal to 5. Nice. Kept increasing, B plus 1, C, D. What is the total? 12 plus 12, 24, plus 5, 29, plus 14, 43. So all of these added up should give us 43. Nice. So let's keep plugging away. The maximum number of new cases in a day in Pesmisto was 2. This happened only once during the 5-day period. Only 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 0. This should be 3, 3, 3, 3, 2. So that adds up to 14. Kitmisto is the only place to have 3 new cases on day 2. This is 3, not equal to 3, not equal to 3. This is not equal to 3 that we know. It has only 2s and 1s and 0s. Nice. We fill this up. 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 0. In some order, Nice. We've cracked this. L and T should also have a few 3s. Without 3s, we cannot get up to 12. Right. Now comes the interesting thing. This kept increasing, and the maximum count in a day is 12. Maximum is 12. But hey, it can't really be 12. Why not? Because pessimisto never hits a 3. Maximum is 3, 3, 3, 2, adding up to 11. Maximum possible D is 11. Right. Maximum C is 10, 9, 8. That's the maximum possible. Right. So 11 plus 10, 21, plus 9, 30, plus 8, 38. In which case this could be 5. 5 plus 38, 43. That is possible. This cannot be 12. Right. Now let's see the other way around. Can this be, this can be 5, this could be maybe 6. If this were 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That adds up to 40. So this could be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now that adds up to 45. That's not possible. This, if this were 7, this should be 8, 9, 10, 11. That's the best possibility, least. That adds up to 45. That's not possible, because if this were 7, then the minimum numbers are 8, 9, 10, 11. That's not possible. So this cannot be 7. So this number can only be 5 or 6. This could be 11, 10, 9, 8 and 5. That's a possibility. This could be 6 and we could find some other combination. So this maximum is 11. It cannot be 12 or more. That is capped at 11. So the maximum possibility will be 11, 10, 9, 8, which adds up to 38. In which case this will be 5. 5, 8, 9, 10, 11 is possible. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is not possible. This number should be 5 or 6. Nothing else is possible. Right? The maximum total this could have been is 5 or 6. Nice. Let's see if we can narrow this down. Minimum points on day 1 is 5. Maximum is 6. Only 5 or 6 are possible. We'll put this as 6. We'll put this as 5, and then we'll see where it goes. Suppose this were not 11. Not 11. Then this could be 10, 9, 8, 7. Add all of this up. 7 plus 10 is 17. Plus 17, 34. Plus 6 will take us to 40. Our total is 43. This has to be 10. Nothing else is possible. So this has to be 11. Nothing else is possible. So let's fill that in. It cannot be 10. It has to be 11. Now, if we step down from there, suppose this were not 10. 9, 8, 7, the best case scenario. 24 plus 6, 30, adding up to 11, 41, not possible. This also has to be 10. 10 plus 11 is 21. This could be, if this were 5, it will add up to 26. Remaining 17 across these two, that's possible. 10 plus 11, 21. If this were 6, that will be 27. These two adding up to 17, that's not possible. These two add up to 21. Day 4. These two add up to 21. This could be 5 or this could be 6. 21 plus 6 is 27. 21 plus 5 is 26. These two will then add up to 17. These two would add up to 16. These two, B and B plus 1, odd number plus even number, it has to be odd. It can only be this. It cannot be this. Or we know this is 5, this is 10, this is 11. 5, 10, 11 are for sure. And these two add up to 17, so it will be 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. Brilliant. 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. That is done. This is 11, 3, 3, 2, 3. That is simple, straightforward. And 3 3s and a 2, P has to be 2. This is 5, 1, 1, 1, be greater than or equal to 1, greater than or equal to 1, greater than or equal to 2. Only scenario is 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. 10, we know that this is 2, so K has to be 3, 3, 3. Nicely done. It adds up to 10. P could be only 1 or 0. These 3 add up to 7. I mean, this has to be 1. This has to be 3. This has to be 3.
3313. Brilliant. We've narrowed it down. 1112. This is 3333. We filled K. We filled day 1, day 4, day 5. We need to fill L, T and P here for day 2 and day 3. That's it. This is 3. This is 3. These 3 add up to 5. These 3 add up to 6. So, and there should be 1, 1 and 1, 0 here. So this could be 1, 2, 2, adding up to 5. Okay, this would be 0, 3, 3. Or you could put a 0 here, because it will be 3, 2 or 2, 3. This will be 1, 3, 2 or 2, 3. Another way around. This is still complicated. This could be 0 and 1 or 1 and 0. So there's still some challenge there. Are we missing some constraint? Are we still missing some one constraint? We're missing one beautiful constraint which says that on day 2 only K was 3. Only K was 3. These 3 add up to 5. No 3s. Maximum this can be is 2, 2, 1. That means this has to be 0. Add up to 3, 3. Brilliant. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 3 adding up to 12. 1, 2, 3, 3, 3 adding up to 12. 1, 1, 0, 1, 2 adding up to 5. 2, 3, 3, 3, 3 adding up to 14. Everything worked. The complete grid is filled. We are through. I missed the last constraint here and I had multiple possibilities here and then I had to take some chances. This constraint is brilliant. On day 2, only K is 3. I mean these two should be 2, 2 and 1. Done. What best can be concluded about the total number of new cases in the city on day 2? Day 2 total cases, exactly 8. But number of new cases in Lebmisto on day 3. Lebmisto day 3. Exactly 3. On which day did Pesmisto not have any case? Day 3. Which of the following statements is or necessarily false? There were 2 new cases in Termisto on day 3. Termisto day 3 is 3 new cases. So this is false. There were no new cases in Pesmisto on day 2. Day 2, 1 case. This is also false. Both statements A and B are false. This one. Done. On how many days does Lebmisto and Termisto have the same number of new cases? 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, all 5 days. They're identical. It is 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. Done. This was raw materials. Let's have a look at this. Ganga, Kaveri and Narmada are 3 women who buy 4 raw materials: mango, apple, banana and milk, and sell 5 finished particles. Finished products, not particles. Mango smoothie, apple smoothie, banana smoothie, mixed fruit smoothie and fruit salad. Table 1 gives information about the raw materials required to produce the 5 finished product. Mango smoothie is mango and apple. Banana smoothie is banana and apple. Apple smoothie is mango and milk, apple and milk, banana and milk. Mixed fruits smoothie is everything. Mango, apple, banana and milk. And then fruit salad is mango, apple, banana, no milk. All 4 of them have milk. This one has no milk. This one has everything. 1 unit of a finished product requires 1 unit each of the raw materials mentioned in the second column. So to produce 1 mango smoothie, I need 1 unit of mango, 1 unit of milk. 1 apple smoothie, 1 unit of apple, 1 unit of milk. Brilliant. 1 unit of milk, mango, apple and banana costs 5, 3, 2, 1 each. Milk is 5, mango is 3, apple is 2, banana is 1. Each unit of a finished product is sold for a profit equal to 2 times the number of raw materials. And I just hate these equations. Profit equal to 2 times number of units. I want profit in either percentage terms or in rupee terms, not number of units. So I was totally turned off by it. But then it says, for example, apple smoothie is made with 2 raw materials and will be sold for a profit of rupees 4 per unit. So it is 2 times the number of materials, that many rupees. That part is missing. I cannot say profit is 2 times the number of materials used. Profit cannot be 4. 4 of what? Is it 4%? 4 rupees, $4? 4 of what? There's a unit mismatch here, but we'll live with it because the explanation is being clear. Leftover raw materials are sold during the last business hour for a loss of 1 rupee per unit. The amount in rupees received from sales for each woman in each of the 4 business hours of the day is given in table 2. 23, 19, 31, 21, 22, 21, etc., etc., etc. The raw materials left over are sold in the last hour. So this is not just sale, this is sale and leftover. It needs to be sold. Lovely. The following additional facts are known. No one except possibly Ganga sold any mango smoothie, which is one thing. Each woman sold either 0 or 1 unit of any single finished product in any hour. So they don't sell 2 apple smoothies or 2 banana smoothies or 2 fruit salads. Each woman had exactly 1 unit each of 2 different raw materials as leftovers. No one had any banana left over. So each of them had 2 of the other 3. So milk, mango, apple. Milk and mango, mango and apple, milk and apple. Lovely. So the crucial part here is accounting for this money. This is the revenue. So we need to figure out the selling price. We know the cost of each of these. We know the profit. So we can find the selling price. Let's first attack that before we do anything else. So milk and mango are 5 and 3 each. So cost is 5 plus 3, 8. Milk and apple are 5 and 2 each, 7. Milk and banana are 5 and 1, adds up to 6. Apple, mango, banana and milk put together is 5 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, 11. Mango, apple, banana, 3 plus 2 plus 1, 6. These 3 products have 2 raw materials each, a profit of 4, 4, 4. This one has 4 raw materials, has a profit of 8. This one has 3 raw materials, a profit of 6. So selling price is 12, 11, 10, 19, 12. 8 plus 4, 7 plus 4, 6 plus 4, 11 plus 8, 6 plus 6. These numbers are super crucial. We will take these numbers and then make all kinds of inferences based on their revenue numbers that we see. And so each unit is for a profit equal to 2 times the number of raw materials. This we know. So we can figure this out. The cost going in we know, so we can find the selling price. Okay? This is super useful because the moment we see that next table, in the first business hour we make 23. 23 cannot be got by selling only 1. 23 among these is 12 plus 11. So it's either smoothie, mango smoothie and apple smoothie, or apple smoothie and fruit salad. The second hour Ganga makes 21. It is only 11 plus 10. The third hour Ganga makes 29, which is only 19 plus 10. So based on these numbers, we can figure out pretty much exactly what was sold in the first hour, second hour and third hour. We still are in trouble with the fourth hour because there are some leftovers and leftover dynamics come into the picture, which is a pain in the neck. So we'll come to the leftover dynamic later on, but we know that we can figure out exactly what was sold. So Kaveri in the first hour sold 1 mixed fruit smoothie. Kaveri in the second hour, this should be 12 plus 10. This plus this or this plus this. It couldn't have been 12 plus 10 like this because nobody except Ganga possibly makes mango smoothie. So in the second hour, it should have been fruit salad and banana smoothie. 30 should be 19 plus 11 mixed fruit smoothie and an apple smoothie. Narmada makes 31, 19 plus 12. Only this 12, not that 12 because only Ganga can make mango smoothie. 21 is 11 plus 10. Apple smoothie and banana smoothie. 23 is 11 plus 12. This 11 and this 12. So we can make several inferences quite clearly for almost all of these. We're going to have some more trouble dealing with this. Fine, but we'll come to that later on. But each of these numbers more or less gives a unique solution because they can be got by combining only some combination. 22 cannot be 11 plus 11 because nobody sells 2 units of something in a given hour. So 22 is only 12 plus 10. There's only this for Kaveri and Narmada. The only place where ambiguity can come is this 23 could be 11 plus 12, either these two or this and this. So in the first hour, Ganga definitely sold an apple smoothie. Her second item could have been a mango smoothie or a fruit salad. Both are possible. That's the only thing where we need to be switched on about. The rest kind of fall in place automatically. Brilliant. So the prices 5, 3, 2, 1, we put them. The selling prices, we have them here. The business hour sales units, we have them here. And so now the the leftover part, we still need to figure out. No one had any banana. Each one had exactly 1 unit leftover of 2 raw materials. And leftover raw materials are sold at a loss of 1 rupee per item. Right? I'm going to go to the question straight away. What best can be concluded about the number of units of fruit salad sold in the first hour? In the first hour, so this is 12 plus 11, this is just 19, this is 19 plus 12. This is definitely fruit salad because the Narmada cannot sell mango smoothie, whereas this 12 plus 11, that 12 could have been smoothie or fruit salad. Both 12s are possible, so there's definitely one in, there could be a second one, 1 or 2. That's the answer. The first 12 in Ganga's case, that could have come from mango smoothie or fruit salad, whereas this is definitely fruit salad, so 1 or 2. Which of the following is necessarily true? Narmada sold 1 unit of leftover milk, Kaveri sold 1 unit of leftover mangoes, Ganga did not sell leftover. We've got to now crack this leftover part. First of all, each woman had exactly 1 unit of 2 different raw materials as leftovers. No one had any banana leftover. So they could have had mango, milk and mango, milk and apple, mango and apple. That's the combination. Leftover raw materials are sold at a loss of 1 rupee per unit. So if you sell milk and mango, 5 plus 3 is 8, you get 6 rupees. If you sell mango plus apple, 3 plus 2 is 5, you get 3 rupees. If you take milk and apple, 5 plus 2 is 7, you get 5 rupees. So your realization from selling leftovers is either 5, 3 or 6. 5, 3 or 6, depending on what combo you're selling. And so 5, 3 or 6. So in the last hour, each of them could have got minus 5, minus 3 or minus 6 than this. Or no leftovers, and that could be the number itself. And so minus 5, minus 3, minus 6, minus 5, minus 3, minus 6. Each woman had exactly 1 unit of each of this, so there's no possibility of no leftover. So from each of these, this could be subtracted. For realizing how much they sold from the smoothies, the remaining coming from the leftover numbers. So this 30 could have been 25 plus 5. It could have been 27 plus 3. It could have been 24 plus 6. This 27 could have been 22 plus 5, 24 plus 3, 21 plus 6, and so on. And so let's drill down and then say, hey, option 1 is 25 plus 5, 27 plus 3, this is 24 plus 6. So what is the leftover here? Is plus 5. Plus 5 is effectively milk and apple. Milk and apple is plus 5. Mango and apple is plus 3. So this is plus 3. So milk plus apple. Mango plus apple. This will be milk and mango. Plus 6. Now this is very interesting because now we have to say total revenue in the last hour apart from leftovers is 25. Now 25 cannot be brought in any combination. 12 plus 11 is 23, 10, 19 is not possible, 10 plus 15 is not possible. So this is out. 27 can we get? No, we can't get 27 either. 27 is also out. 12 plus 15 is not available, 11 plus 16 is not available, 10 plus 17 is not available, 19 plus 8 is not available. Right? 24 is possible, 12 plus 12. So Ganga definitely sold 1 mango smoothie and 1 fruit salad in the final hour, and finally had milk and mango remaining, sold that for 6 to generate this 30. That 30 can be obtained only as 12 plus 6. Now let's go to Kaveri. 22 is possible, 12 plus 10. 24, 12 plus 12, no, 12 plus 12 is not possible because mango smoothie she cannot sell out. 21 is 11 plus 10, that's also possible. Narmada 17 is not possible, 16 is not possible, 19. Brilliant. So Narmada has sold one mixed fruit smoothie and has had mango and apple left over for the last hour. Ganga has sold one mango smoothie and one fruit salad in the last hour and then had milk and mango left over. Kaveri, we don't know. There are two possibilities. 12 plus 10 could be fruit salad plus banana smoothie. 12 plus 11 could be banana smoothie and apple smoothie, and then correspondingly something left over. So let's look at this. Narmada sold 1 unit of leftover milk. Narmada sold her leftover was mango and apple, not milk. This is not true. Kaveri sold 1 unit of leftover mangoes, not required. She could have sold this milk plus apple. Not necessary. Not necessarily true. Ganga did not sell any leftover apples. Ganga sold milk and mangoes leftover. This is true. Ganga did not sell any leftover mangoes. No, she did sell leftover mangoes. So choice C is true. A and D are definitely not true. B need not be true. C is necessarily true. That's the answer we're looking for. What best can be concluded about the total units of milk the three women had in the beginning? And so, right at the beginning, what do they have? So it's a brilliant question. It takes a lot of time, but let's go step by step. 23 plus 11. 23, let's go one by one. 23 is 11 plus 12. This is definitely a 1 unit of milk. Whereas mango smoothie or fruit salad may or may not be there. So it is 1 or 2. 21 is 11 plus 10, that is 2. 29 is 19 plus 10, that is 2. 30 is 24 plus 6. 24 is 12 plus 12 plus 6. 12 is smoothie, that is 1. And then what does she throw away? She has leftover 1 milk and 1 mango. So in leftover, there is 1 unit of milk. And so this could be erased just like this, 1 or 2. Lovely. Now let's move to Kaveri. Kaveri made a mixed fruit smoothie, 1. Then she made 12 plus 10 banana smoothie and fruit salad, 1. Then in R3 she made mixed fruit smoothie plus apple smoothie, 2. In the final R, she might have sold this or this. 22 is 12 plus 10. In which case she would have had 1 banana smoothie, 1. 21 is 11 plus 10 or 2. Both are possible. And finally, what does she have left over? Either milk and apple or milk and mango. So 1 milk definitely left over. That is sitting here. Narmada, 31 is 19 plus 12. So that is 1 unit. 21 is 11 plus 10. That is 2 units. 23 is 11 plus 12, that is 1 unit. 22 comes as 19, which is 1 unit. And what does she have left over? Mango plus apple, no milk left over. We add all of this up. 1 plus 1, 2, 4, 6, 7 or 8. Add all of this up. 1 plus 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 or 7. And this is 1, 3, 4, 5. 7 plus 6 plus 5 is 18, and then there could be 1 more or 2 more, 18, 19 or 20. Absolutely brilliant question, super challenging. The dynamics change based on whether the two kind of joker in the pack. One is the first thing, the $12 could have been from mango smoothie or from fruit salad. That we need to keep in mind. And the second mixture, second thing that we need to worry about is we are in R4. Did Kaveri go for this 12 plus 10 or 11 plus 10? That's the other place where the variance can come. So 18, 19 or 20. It is known that leftover units of mangoes were sold during the last 3 leftover units of mangoes were sold during the last business hour of the day. How many apple smoothies were sold during the day? 3 leftover mangoes. So this is milk plus mango, that we know. This is mango and apple, that we know. Kaveri should have also sold milk plus mango. So her last hour should have been 21 actual sale. So I'm going to modify this, make this as 21, make this as 24, make this as 19.
we want to find out how many apple smoothies were there. Apple smoothie is 11. So there's definitely one apple smoothie here, 11 plus 12. One apple smoothie here, 11 plus 10. This is 19 plus 10, no apple smoothie. 12 plus 12, no apple smoothie. None here, none here. 19, no apple smoothie. 22 is 10 plus 12, no apple smoothie. 30 is 19 plus 11, one apple smoothie. 21 in the last hour is 10 plus 11, one more apple smoothie. 31 is 19 plus 12, no apple smoothie. 21 is 10 plus 11, one more. Apple smoothie is a massive hit. 23 is 11 plus 12, one more. 19 is just a mixed fruit smoothie that we won't count. 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6 apple smoothies were totally sold. 6 rupee 11 units. Research papers. A journal plans to publish 18 research papers written by 8 authors A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H in 4 issues, January, April, July and October. Each of the research papers was written by exactly one of the 8 authors, which is nice. 5 papers were scheduled in each of the first 2 issues, 4 each of the last 2 issues, 5, 5, 4, 4, adding up to 18. Every author wrote at least 1 paper and at most 3 papers. So 8 into 1 is 8, 8 into 3 is 24, total is 18. So more should have written 3 and 2, more than 2. The total number of papers written by A, D, G and H was double the total number of papers written by the other 4 authors. So A, D, G, H, other 4 is B, C, E, F. So this is 2x, this is x, total is 18, 3x is 6, 18, x is 6, 12 and 6, which is very nice. Because A, D, G and H, if they together write 12, nobody could have written more than 3. So A, D, G, H, right? 3, 3, 3, 3. A nice inference straight away. Brilliant. 4 of the authors were from India and 2 each were from Japan and China. 4, 2, 2, India, Japan, China. Each author belonged to exactly one of the 3 areas: manufacturing, automation, logistics. So we have authors categorized by country, authors categorized by divisions or departments, areas. 4 of the authors were from logistics and 2 were from automation. That means 2 more were from manufacturing. As per the journal policy, none of the authors could have more than 1 paper in any issue of the journal. So A cannot publish 3 articles in the same issue. Lovely. And then a bunch of conditions. F, an Indian author from the logistics area, wrote only 1 paper. It was scheduled in the October issue. A was from automation and did not have a paper scheduled in the October issue. This is going to be tricky to remember all of this and process this. So we need to capture data in some form. Saying Jan, April, July, October. And manufacturing, automation, logistics, China, Japan, India, 224, 224. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. How many did each of them write? The first inference that we could draw was A, D, G and H together contribute 12 articles or 12 papers. So nobody can do more than 3. So A, D, G, H account for 3, 3, 3, 3. The other 4 should add up to 6. So B, C, E, F together is 6. So it is either 1, 1, 2, 2 or 1, 1, 1, 3. One of these combinations. Each of them should have at least 1. 1, 1, 1, 1 adds up to 4. The 2 extra could be either 2, 2 or all set to the same guy 1, 1, 1, 3. But this, the 12 is 3, 3, 3, 3. That life makes simpler for us. So 3, 3, 3, 3 for A, D, G and H. Brilliant. Now let's build on this. F, an Indian author from logistics area, wrote only 1 paper, which is nice. It was scheduled in the October issue. F is in logistics, F is from India, and F sits in October. A was from automation, which is nice, and did not have a paper scheduled in the October issue. Not in October. A has published 3 papers. Nothing in October. This is brilliant. That means A should feature in all 3. A. Right? And A was from automation. None of the Indian authors were from manufacturing, and none of the Japanese or Chinese authors were from automation. So all automation should be from India. So this is automation, should be A. A should sit here also. Right. Let's go step by step. A was from automation and did not have a paper scheduled in the October issue. So A should be here, here and here. C and D, both Chinese authors from different areas, had the same number of papers scheduled. Further, E had papers scheduled in consecutive issues of the journal, but C did not. So we know A, D, G, H. So we know B, C, E, F. They add up to 6. C and D are both Chinese authors. Let's put both C and D here. With that, the China part is complete. They are from different areas. That means the Chinese and Japanese authors are not in automation. That means there should be one from manufacturing, one from logistics, C and D. Further, E had papers scheduled in consecutive issues, but C did not. First inference, E should have had 2 articles published. C should also have 2 published. So at least 2. It should be 2, 2, 1, 1. And so C had 2, E had 2. E had in consecutive issues, C had in not consecutive. C did not have in consecutive issues. B from the logistics area had a paper scheduled in the April issue. B is in logistics and had something scheduled in April. Nice. Lovely. Let's build on this. None of the Japanese or Chinese authors were from the automation area. That means all automation professors, authors are from India. That means this should be A. Okay. A and H were from different countries, but had their papers scheduled in exactly the same issue. This is massive because we have AAA, we can put HHH straight away. B and G belong to the same country, but none of their papers were scheduled in the same issue. We know B published only one, and that was in April. So G should have published in Jan, July and October. So we would AHG, ABH, AHG, FG. So we need to have only one more here, only 2 more here, 2 and 2 here. Right? A, D, H, G each published 3. We can make an inference about D, then we are through because that will fill 3 slots. It will be massively useful. D, a Japanese author from the manufacturing area. So this is D and this is D. Did not have a paper scheduled in the July issue. Brilliant. Nothing in July. So D would come here, D would come here, D would come here. So we need to have only one more. We have accounted for B and F. We have accounted for A, D, H, G. We are worrying only about C and D. Right? Brilliant. So we need to have 2 C's and 2 E's, but otherwise this is completely filled. We still need to figure this out, but this is filled apart from 2 C's and 2 E's. Let's go and attack this. Now we come back here. C and D, both Chinese authors from different areas, had the same number of papers scheduled. E had papers scheduled in consecutive issues. It will be Jan and April, April and July, July and October. But C did not. If E had Jan and April, C should have been in these 2. Not possible. If E had July and October, C should have been in these 2. Not possible. Our life is simple. E has in April and July. C has in Jan and October. Brilliant. Now C and H belong to different areas. C and E belong to different areas. These 2 different areas are manufacturing and logistics. C and H different areas. We don't know where H is from, so we still have to worry about H, which area he is from, which division he is from, which country he is from. B and G belong to the same country. A and H belong to different countries. Lovely. So this is massively useful. I'm going to attack this next. B and G belong to the same country. BG cannot be in China. China is accounted for. They cannot be in Japan. Only 2. Or BG sit here. Brilliant. So FABG, the Indian contingent, is completely filled. This is CE. So Japan should be DH. Now C and H come from different areas. Both cannot be automation.
C and D come from different areas, so we don't know. C and D have to be logistics and manufacturing. C and H have to be logistics and manufacturing. H is from Japan. Yep, between logistics and manufacturing, we need to have that. So E and H have to be together. C has to be in the other part. That's maybe something that we can infer. BG, same country. So we fill this. So H is Japanese, we fill that. So H goes into the logistics part because between C and D, one has to be in manufacturing, one has to be in logistics. So there's no room for manufacturing for H. So H has to go here into logistics. So final piece of the jigsaw, we need to have C and D going into manufacturing and logistics. So A, B, D is accounted for. So we have C and D sitting here, so G should be here. Is Indian, that goes here. A, G, FB go here, G go here. C and D have to be in one of these two, either here or here. C and H belong to different areas. H is here, so C should be here, E should be here. An absolutely delightful set. Jan, April, July, October, 5544, we've completed that. This we've completed the grid, how many papers each one has published. This we've done who's from manufacturing, who's from automation, who's from logistics. We have broken China, Japan, India. We've got the entire grid. Hopefully all the questions should kind of take care of themselves. Let's attack them. What is the correct sequence of number of papers written by B, C, E, G? B is 1, C is 2, E is 2, G is 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, done. Nice. How many papers were written by Indian authors? Indian authors are F, B, G, A. F is 1, B is 1, G is 3, A is 3, 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 3, which makes 8. Which of the following statements must be true? Every issue had at least one paper by authors from each country. Every issue had at most 2 papers from authors from each area. Look at this. Had at least one paper from authors from each country. So countries is F, B, G, A. I think India will feature in all. That's going to be there. Lots. So China, CE are there in everything. DH, D is here. H and D are here. G is here. Sorry, H is here. D is here. So every issue has at least one paper by authors from each country. Okay, verified. So statement A is true. Statement B, every issue had at most 2 papers by authors from each area. So this has to be false. We can find 3 papers from authors from the same area, and we're through. So I'm going to attack logistics. Logistics has FBHE. If there's any issue which has FBHE or more than 2 of these, then we are through. FBHE, BHE are sitting here in the April issue. So in the April issue, there are 3 papers from logistics. So at most 2 papers, that is wrong. This is wrong. This is true. So only statement A is correct. That's the right answer. Which of the following statements is false? Every issue had exactly one paper by a Chinese author. Chinese authors are C and D, C, E, E, C, exactly one. We did a full round of this. So this is true. Every issue had at least one paper by authors from automation area. Automation is A and G. A, G. Yeah, this is also true. The first 3 have A, the 4th one has G. Others will also have G, but A and G definitely, so it's also true. Every issue had exactly 2 papers by authors from logistics. Logistics is FBH. This has BH and E. So April 5 issue has 3 papers from logistics, BH and E. This is not true. That's the right answer. Every issue had exactly 2 papers by Indian authors. FBHE. That's interesting. Had exactly 2 papers by Indian authors. Indian authors FBGA, B and A. FBGA, G and A. FBGA, G and A. F and G.
Yeah, that is true. I'm surprised that that is true. It seemed like a complicated thing for exactly two authors, but this is also true. The only statement that is false is statement C. Which of the following statements is false? Exactly one paper by an author from logistics area in the October issue. October issue, logistics is FBHE. Only F is sitting here. This seems to be true. There was exactly one paper by an author from manufacturing area in the April issue. Manufacturing is D and C. April issue has E and D. So exactly one paper from manufacturing in the April issue. That is not correct because D and C. One second. D and C in April issue. This is correct. Not D and D. D and C. So only D is featuring there. So this is also true. Exactly two papers by authors from manufacturing area in the July issue. July issue has AHGE. Manufacturing is D and C. Nothing here. So this one is false. Exactly two papers by authors from manufacturing area in the January issue. DC, yeah, this is also true. A, B and D are true. C is incorrect. C says exactly two papers from manufacturing area in the July issue. The July issue does not have D or C. Zero papers from manufacturing. That is the incorrect one. Choice C. Which of the following is the correct sequence of number of papers by authors from automation, manufacturing and logistic area respectively? Automation is A and G. A and G is 3 plus 3, 6. So automation is 6. Then comes manufacturing. Manufacturing is D and C. D is 3, C is 2, fine. Then comes logistics, that should be the remaining. Logistics is FBHE 1, 1, 3, 3, 8. Sorry, FBHE 1, 1, 3, 2. 1, 1, 3, 2, 2 plus 3, 5 plus 2, 7. Adding up to 18. This seems like it will work. 6, 5, 7 is the right answer.